who knows what anymore. It's been so long. And now that we just started, I just realized, Josh, did you happen to put out the link to this version of the streaming in Discord? Can you type that up? I know Sarah specifically wanted to watch us tonight because she thinks you're all going to die.
Challenge accepted.
Alrighty. I will. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so we will get started. Alright, so we left off pretty much literally right after the battlefield. I did Discord you guys all the treasure. I can look that back up if we need to. Did anyone actually pay any attention to that?
Yes.
Alex keeps up with our stuff. We don't have to.
I need to transfer it to my treasure sheet, but yes, I got it.
Okay, so we got that.
I'm gonna take as much of it as I can to give back to people.
Yeah.
I don't know what I need.
We got a lot of it that was assumed stolen.
Yeah, we have loot that is reasonably certain that it's stolen.
Assumed stolen. Come on. We're not certain of anything. What is life? What is this?
Alright, so you guys did find the stuff that the giants have, but otherwise you're on the battlefield, you're still as hard as you were. Suddenly, nothing happens, so I'm kidding. If only there weren't a ranger in the group, I could tell you. So what do you guys do? Several dead militiamen, I think, what did I say, 2 survived? They fought like Spartans, but giants throwing rocks tend to be painful. But they did a heck of a job for you guys, or with you, alongside you guys.
I want to find any that are on the last leg of life and ease their burden.
I want to interrupt him.
I would like to
I think
sneak
I
off.
can
I
cast.
want to loot.
I think I can actually cast silence now.
I would like to sneak off away from him.
Stealth check. Oh, that does remind me, I did want to grab your passive perception.
Where's my step? Oh. 18.
Yeah, Alex did notice that.
Oh, really? I can't. I know he's going to do something stupid. Why
Okay.
can't I?
Okay, you can make
Something
it.
intelligent and caring and
Yeah. Definitely not that.
Wow.
What was it? Perception? Ah, 17.
Yeah, you don't notice. Before anything happens there, Ryan, 13 for passive perception?
I don't think it's changed. Sounds right.
Well, it's just been so long. AC is still 18, HP 41, DC 14.
My HP is 48 now.
Okay.
AC 18, passive perception 13, DC is 14.
Okay. Matt, AC,
16.
passive perception.
15.
I think some must have changed. That may have changed last level. Hit points.
55.
DC, spell DC 13.
That's a good question. 13.
13, okay. And David, AC 7.
17. Hit points 35. Passive perception 14.
And the DC is still 12 for the pounce thing? Am I making that up? Or the
Yes.
knockdown?
It's a, yeah, DC 12.
Okay.
I don't know
who's
that
next?
changes.
Alex, 18.
That changes at any point.
You
Proficiency bonus.
Proficiency bonus ups.
Oh, well, that happened and I didn't up it.
I think we did.
No.
It's
We
8
did.
plus proficiency plus whatever that stat is.
Yeah.
Dex, I think.
8 plus. So, it's an 11.
Plus
That should be 14 then.
14. Okay.
For, wait, which stat?
It's
Perception?
It's strength, so
No. that's the trip DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's strength, so yeah, it's right.
So 14.
If it's strength, it's 12.
What do you attack with? Dex. Right?
Dex.
I'm gonna say it's Dex.
So then it would be 14.
Strength is what the other person does. It doesn't mean it's the one
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
doing.
That makes sense.
That does get confusing, but
Stealing my pencil.
okay. Alex, yeah, AC 18.
18.
Passive perception.
So what is it? 8 plus what?
No, yours is 10
10
plus
plus
whatever the skill.
proficiency
What?
is 13.
Well, what's your wisdom?
Oh, wisdom?
Yeah, I mean it's
It's plus 1.
so 14.
14.
Are you trained in
Perception? Yes.
Yeah, 14.
So you're it sounds like you didn't, when you upped your proficiency, didn't put your up in your skill there.
Alex, how many hit points?
I did. It was +4. I just wasn't sure if it was. It was 61.
And spell save DC 13.
Charisma +8 plus your proficiency bonus, 11 plus your charisma modifier.
Hit points.
41. The Phoenix reveals everything.
1 and spell save DC 15.
Yes, 15.
Okay. Martin, 15 with natural armor.
Yep.
Passive perception 13.
Yep.
Hit points.
48.
48. And spell save DC also 15.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Thank you guys. Alright, so Josh, you sneak away. Alex, you think you saw something? But
You're
totally
watching him, and then when you look back, he's gone.
No, you didn't look back. You forgot to look back.
It is the will of the Phoenix.
I heard him start rambling about the Phoenix, and I just shook my head.
Oh,
and
actually,
dear God, and just looked away.
Josh was in the dark, though, probably. So, well, Josh, what are you, Tiefling?
I am a tiefling.
Actually, Josh is probably in the dark, so actually, technically, you should do that at disadvantage. But you failed anyway, doesn't it? So, yeah, you can...
Relief,
I don't
suffering.
You really want to burn people after everything that just happened to these people. You want to go up and burn their dead in fields, which are probably not a good thing because that's where they get their food.
I don't know.
I'm just thinking.
Kind of
That's
stuck in
probably
blood right
stupid.
now. I don't know if they're going to catch on fire.
But have fun. Burn people.
It
I'm
is
sure
the
that'll
will
draw
of the
attention, and then the crowd people will be.
Josh, you're going to have a very low chance to find something because I don't really want you to do it, but I'm not going to tell you you can't. Roll me D100.
Alright, it's what my character would do.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm letting you attempt it. Actually, not a D100. Give me a perception check.
Perception check? That other devil's nice to me.
With
Can I at least loot them first? I need the shinies.
He's finding one that's not quite dead yet.
Not dead yet.
I'm feeling much better.
I didn't come up with the loot for
That's
the.
a 12.
That's a 12.
Yeah.
You find a few guys that were alive a couple minutes ago, but no one quite still alive.
I'm disappointed it set them on fire anyways.
You did find one guy that was hurt, but not fatally.
Does he feel pain?
I mean, he's bleeding and.
I get next to him and say that it will all be okay. And then I reach out and touch him and cast Ignite.
What does Ignite do?
It sets something on fire.
An unattended object,
Okay.
not people.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Alright. Specifically,
That's why I was asking what it says.
Specifically, Ignite says it lights an unattended object on fire, like a campfire or a torch.
okay.
I mean, you got new spell slots
I've
for
got-
being level 6, right?
Oh, wait, yeah, well,
Josh
how
wrote
many
the set the
spell
time
slots do
place.
I have? Sure, I'd have another spell slot at level 2, and I could do a chromatic orb and take him
Yep.
out there.
This is before a long rest. I thought you were out of spell slots.
You guys leveled.
And we leveled. I mean, I can cast Fireball, but that's a little overkill for most things.
How far away is this?
You'll probably notice the giant blast of light once it happens.
Okay. That's all I'm wondering.
He's not carrying a torch, and you're human.
If I see a blast of fire,
You'll see it afterwards,
That's
but
what I'm
not
saying,
in time to
yes.
stop it.
I don't intend to stop him doing that. There's other things though.
Okay, so yes, I do that.
So you're gonna cast chromatic orb on some poor little soldier guy.
Yeah, that's fire. I mean, he's in pain, and
It makes
I
you
feel
cry,
it.
right?
yes. I feel
What are you
it.
casting chromatic orb?
What?
You said chromatic orb?
Yes, fire damage.
Rolled it.
Okay, sweet. Come on, don't fail me. That's gonna be a 20.
How close are you?
I am within 90 feet.
Disadvantage then, because he's actually prone.
Okay.
The range attacking its prone target. The ball of fire goes rolling and bounces over the guy.
Next one. Okay, yeah, it's still a 20 to hit.
That's poor guy.
How much damage?
It's the second level, so I get to do 48.
I'm not supporting your choice of murdering a person, but there's a touch string.
It's not murder.
It
if
is
he's
murder.
in pain.
Well, I'm gonna drive a sword through you, see that you're in pain, and then kill you, and it's not murder.
When you get
Please no deaths on stream.
14.
But you do in your own time.
And that is.
No, I'm talking about his character. What are you talking about?
That's 26.
Even if he was fully healed, you hit him so hard he'd die.
Do we see an explosion of fire?
Yeah, at this point you would have seen a blast of fire, probably off 200-300 feet to whatever direction Josh walked.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I'm concerned because there was just a massive attack. So I rally the people who are near me and go, "There's another attack coming. We need to go that way." And I use the how many militia are left?
Why did I not just say we start the next one? Alright, so...
You're not the one who murdered someone, but okay.
That's true. But there were 2 knights left.
Okay, so the 2 knights and myself are obviously going towards the attack.
I like to do a stealth check.
Anyone else?
Roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm aware of another thing, Dave and I are going. Of course, I'm also a tiefling, so I can see it.
The dark vision does let you actually see. It still does give
Black
you
and white.
advantage on
It's-
perception checks.
It's
We haven't really played that well, but that is actually what it
still
is.
11.
only 60 feet, right?
It's 6.
It's, yeah, still only 60 feet. So
11 to sneak away.
with advantage because you are far away.
Oh, sweet. Yay!
Then it's dark.
And you guys, if you're actively
Where-
looking,
Where
you
is it?
have disadvantage.
Just said.
He's somewhere within like 200 feet away.
Then 19.
Okay. Now, once you get closer, I mean, you are a tracker, so it wouldn't be that hard to find the guy that did it. But
No. What do I need to...
perception disadvantage.
That's
The one on the table.
Ah, 16.
On the table.
Okay.
The actual table is that what you're looking for?
Whatever. Deva, though, can smell.
Mm-hmm.
Deva actually has advantage, right?
Mhm.
Anything that's
Which would-
hearing or smell checks.
Okay.
So would that cancel out and it just be normal?
No.
No,
Or it's just advantage?
wolves don't always use their
Can you stop moving?
eyes.
You're the roll was better.
Yeah.
11 plus.
It's 15. 11 plus 4.
Oh, okay.
Even David doesn't quite notice, right? What'd you roll again, Josh?
19.
Even David doesn't quite notice. You guys are welcome to go closer to them and investigate, see any traps that may have been made.
Landis runs forward with the knights.
Okay, Josh, make another stealth check.
Still with advantage?
No, probably not.
Okay. I'm gonna use the green die. 14.
Alright. David would have advantage
Not more.
if you guys have
Love.
if you guys have torches within 60 feet.
you should have gotten that. It was 17.
Josh, roll me D100. See how far away you got from the body.
Okay.
That's terrible.
$69.
Okay. So Josh would be out of reach of the torch, so it would still be disadvantage for everyone but David. David would still have advantage.
For check?
Yes. Actually,
No.
Mallory, since you're closer, we'll say your potential for you to find tracks, you can do it just regular. Advantage and disadvantage. So it cancel out. Oh, and actually, I guess Y'all should roll for the night.
That's terrible still. My D20s are betraying me.
I want to look for
I got an
anyone
18.
still alive that might need healing.
Too late for that. That's
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I would have started about the same time he started.
Yeah, if you went a different direction, Josh, what did I have? David.
Oh, David rolled, what did it say? A 7.
With
And-
advantage?
With advantage. I
Wow.
rolled a 2 and a 3.
Someone else needs some mystic.
He rolled an 18.
yeah.
Oh, you went with him too?
With disadvantage.
You went with him too?
No, I'm just watching like he's
Oh,
right. Really?
Well, Martin sees you, but he's not right there to right next to the rest of the people.
14.
Sure. You find another guy that you can save, one of the guards. Who hadn't yet
You found another guy who you could save, but
Yeah,
will
I'll
you?
do,
Are you gonna set him on fire too?
So the bugbear crushes his head. Like, I'm fertilizing the field.
Are you in pain? Smash.
oh, I'll do, whatever it is that I have. Spare the dying.
Someone who cares.
Healing
Make
word.
a heal check.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, so you saved the guy. He's alive. Yeah.
We've saved 2 men tonight.
Alright, so you guys still haven't found
Have we gotten to the body?
you've gotten to the body, yes.
Okay.
And you're looking around.
And we can't see any tracks.
David got a 7. What did you get, Mallory? Sorry.
12.
You got a 12. What did you roll?
14.
Can I? It's not any better.
Fire falling from the sky from nowhere.
I used thaumaturgy to put a giant flaming arrow pointing to the left.
Yeah. Y'all roll perception checks to see if you see that.
Well, not giant flaming arrow, just like
No disadvantage because you can clearly see that in the dark.
Seriously, roll.
Yes.
Where's my...
See, you notice.
Finally! 22.
Yeah, you definitely see the
Perception?
giant. Yeah.
Yeah, 23.
Yes, the giant flaming arrow. You definitely can see. You may be a little night blind now because it was so bright, or at least the human.
Which means
I
I
use
still
blue.
can't see him.
I use blue flames, which affect your night vision less.
These humans, I have to think of everything. So now you have a giant arrow, and Dot's just. Oh, sorry, y'all can't see me. Totally just pointing, like,
Yeah.
go that way.
He went that way.
So,
Alright,
obviously-
so one more, and then success or losses. Yeah, so one more. Stealth, Josh, perception, you guys. Since you have help from Martin, the disadvantage and the advantage cancel out. Dava still has advantage. And I look up the nights, they suck, they're not even worth rolling.
They could always roll a 20.
Okay, fine.
9.
19.
16 and 17.
Well, through the betrayal of the party board, they do manage to catch up to you.
What? I'm sure he wants the glory of his god. I'll sing a ballad about what's about to happen.
Alright, so
I pull out a scroll and I quill.
you guys are probably still a good 45, 50 feet away, but now you have spotted him and seen him.
So obviously, I yell out to him. We recognize it's him.
Yeah.
So then I yell out, "Stop! Why did you murder that person?
I didn't murder anyone.
Was he alive?"
No, his body was badly corpse to
Insight,
be set
technically.
free.
Insight, yes.
I'm going
Martin,
to
how
do
about you
deception.
doing a contested insight check?
He makes a bluff.
Okay.
He makes
I
an
don't believe
insight.
him anyways, no matter what he says. Especially if I
Well-
just saw a fireball and him running away.
I wasn't running. I was
The dice have to
Yeah.
are the ones that decide in this particular case.
And then Josh's magical roll. I bet you wish you had enhanced ability, don't you?
And so we guys list these.
What'd you get?
25. I'm trained in deception.
It was like a 5 that hit on the ground.
No, that was an 18.
Also, it doesn't
No.
count because it didn't end up in your dice thing. You're rolling the dice thing, you end up in the dice thing. You'll probably roll the same number. That's fine.
I'm gonna laugh if it's higher.
It can't be higher.
16.
Okay, I got 11 anyways. I still don't believe him. The history we have, I don't believe him.
Yeah, 27 is his max. Yeah, roll that. What'd you get?
16.
What'd you get?
I got an 11.
Do you believe him?
I don't believe him ever.
You don't want to believe him, but you can't think of
You
it.
can't prove that he's lying, which is a different statement, but same difference.
Yep. Okay, well, I sheath my blade and say, you're lucky that these people did not see you murder that
Next
man.
time.
Do I look like a killer to you?
Yes.
You can.
That's racist.
That's not racist.
Yes.
That's
yes.
pointing out a sociopath.
Yes.
He's
you
a
kill
murderer.
my patience.
From 400 feet away, you just hear Bugbear screaming in this guttural roar. That's racist! Excuse me. That's racist! Sorry.
This isn't that low.
You're Bugbear.
That's racist.
I'm the DM, I can be racist. I mean, all my goblins
Yeah,
have
but
Did you
I
believe him?
picture bugbear women as definitely like tenors. Or
From
on
our
the high
experience, I don't. But
Does she need to do an insight check as well?
If she was role-playing, making an insight check.
Are you?
I probably
the only person that won't believe him is the dog. The dog is gonna be sitting there going,
What's the problem? I don't understand. What is
What'd
that?
you get again, Josh?
16.
It's 15.
and then roll for the dog.
You could roll for Dave.
It's insight's wisdom, so
Oh, is it insight?
Would the
Yeah.
dog have the intelligence to understand that?
Yes.
It is Dave's hint.
But not just the
Three.
intelligence to
Oh,
understand
I
that.
know it was a natural 20 for Dave.
yeah. Deva is the only person in that group who's like he looks at you both of you. You're kind of like, okay, so this
Seriously,
makes
guys,
sense.
you believe him?
And the dog is like,
No.
I can smell that he's lying. He's sweating and
So,
Never
with an
mind.
N of 3, I'm not going to say that he knows that you're lying,
That's great.
but he totally does not trust you at all. He's very, very
But he can
suspicious.
communicate that to her. It's not like he can tell them. It's
Right.
just
He's gonna
it's
be
like
standing next to me, kind of growling, like.
That's what I picture right now. You know.
She can
the
communicate.
dog sits down, pulls up a
Can't you
drink.
communicate like small things with Deva based on
I
like?
think so, yeah.
Feelings, emotions.
Based on
Now,
his
again, he
views.
can't know that Josh is lying.
Well, Deva continues not to like the
Yeah.
other tiefling,
He very distinctly does not like Josh.
Yeah.
and if you can't trust your dog,
As a general rule, in life and in the game, I believe my dog overrated it.
This is truth. Sadly.
I don't trust dogs.
Of course,
They're
you
all
just
out.
murdered him.
People don't like my dog, don't care. Dog don't like people, there's something wrong with that person.
So you're like a good judge. So okay, what do you guys do?
before I finish making this change, I apologize. One quick question: is this valid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Anything that like if you wanted to change even lower level spells based on new stuff, sure.
Oh, I can do that anyways. I can change one spell.
Well, yeah, but
And I did.
I weep for the pain that has been caused to.
Now he's just rubbing it in, and I know he's lying.
Then I
and you want
I
to make
say-
another. It's like,
it's time for me to retire.
Josh, I should have kept from that
Seriously.
Deception versus insight.
Mother of pearl!
What
This
did
guy
you
is
do?
going to
Can we just put
jail.
all of our dice in the dice jail?
Last week I had to preemptively put mine
14.
in, and it didn't
I
help.
got another bloody 11.
Mallory, I ordered a new set,
Gosh.
like one of those $13 sets with 5 sets of dice, and all of them need to go to dice.
Oh my
No,
god.
actually, all they need to
Can we,
do
maybe
is,
we
is
need
be
to like
placed
burn some
inside of
sage
a
to
bowl
cleanse the dice.
with the one on the bottom and microwave for 15 seconds. That'll take care of it.
I don't want to cheat that much. Let's put the
No. Whatever's opposite,
like
like
15.
Yeah,
Have a
15
dice
seconds.
exorcism.
15 seconds won't make them always roll max. It just kind of weights it a little bit that way. I
That was fun.
never mind.
It was
Totally doing that.
Good role play.
And also, Martin, I'm gonna buy you some new dice, and you have to use those here
This is the...
with the new one.
No, this is the SSD.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
meant
other
nearby.
one worked. That one works fine.
So it's just purely the
So do we think it's a?
Well, we'll keep playing and then we'll... Actually,
Yeah, sure.
hold on. I have one of my rolls still, don't I? I'm re-rolling that.
Son of a bitch.
That's better. It was insight 21.
Josh, what did you?
You got a 14.
Hang on, let me make sure that you have some left.
Yeah, I had like 3 or 4.
Now, I would like to remind everyone that my exact words were, I weep
He
for
was
the pain
mutilated.
I weep for the pain that people have experienced. I want to retire.
I'm trying to figure out if you mean I need to go to sleep or like I'm dropping adventuring and I'll see you guys later.
No,
So,
I'm
that's not deception, right?
That's not deception. I was telling the truth.
At least, does he believe you? Oh well, if you're telling the truth though, you don't need to.
But that doesn't mean that he can't not believe him. You totally believe him that he's wants to go to sleep. He's gonna lay.
So it's not contested? So I didn't have to roll? So I don't have to use the dice? Or one of my rerolls? Or can I use that on the earlier thing?
Because he's not.
He's not lying.
I didn't lie.
So it wouldn't be contested.
Yeah,
I feel
you
it's
can,
more gloating.
You can
than
deceive
lying.
someone by telling the
Oh,
truth.
I feel their pain. I want them not to feel pain. I retire.
Actually, no, you don't even have to roll for that. You believe he's sincere. That is actually his thing. You believe that. You know that much.
He says that a lot, like really like ad nauseum, and I don't have silence yet. I really need to get silence, and
Okay, you don't have to count that though, but you
Okay.
have 2 of those.
2.
You used 8. Actually, you used 7 and Mallory used 1, I think.
you use one for
You
Mallory.
told me I could use one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why I thought I had 3. I don't remember that.
You're like, hey, can my wife use it? I was like, no. Well, yeah, technically both.
What's yours
Sure.
is mine, and what's mine is mine. I believe that was that discussion.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, I mean, Josh is creepy, but Josh said you're nothing wrong.
If we arrested everyone, that was creepy.
Are
Are
you
we
still...
talking about Josh or Pyro?
This is out of character.
Both.
If we arrested everyone, that was creepy. Then the world would be filled with people in prison who were creepy, and that's a sad place.
But the problem is, if we arrest the people that are creepy, then the people who weren't as creepy as them are now the creepy people, and they get arrested, and it's a continual thing until everyone's in jail except for the last person who's not.
And Ryan would go hoarse and probably lose her voice from the multitudes of times that she says that's racist because all of the tieflings are now in jail.
Have you guys seen Hoodlings? There's a scene at the beginning of that where the police are like, you can't. The guy's like, you can't just put someone in jail for being creepy. And then the police guy gets his radio and he's like, hey, Bob. And the guy's like, yeah. He's like, you know the guy we put in jail? He's like, the creepy one? He's like, yeah, you're gonna have to let him go.
That is funny. Alright, so, fiery death aside, what do we do now?
I appreciate that good roleplay,
I-
Alex. You kept it going.
Oh, you said you didn't plan for me looting.
Not the soldiers.
They weren't really carrying anything.
I mean, I can tell you what they have on them if you want, for the guys that died.
I mean, if it's not worth my while, then I don't care.
Well, it's not necessarily it's not worth your while. Are you really going to go and loot all of the dead militiamen in front of the other people that are still alive?
No, I mean, I was gonna loot the people that we're enemies with, but...
Oh,
No, we
was
did
a
that.
giant- That
We
was
did
a
that.
giant list of stuff. You definitely
Yeah, we
did that.
Oh, we already did that.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Or you could technically be doing that as their.
The thing was is that we did find stuff on some of the giants.
I'm
that
just
is-
thinking of my flaw here. If I see something valuable, must take.
Yeah,
so
You would have found a lot of that stuff.
So whatever she's taking to keep is the stuff I guess that I won't get, but I'm taking the rest to give back. And so
Alright, when we found the list.
I got it. Oh.
Not gonna.
the apple
it.
cider is warm for anyone who wants some.
I was gonna say.
Slida.
I'll say.
Sorry.
What was your alignment again?
My alignment?
Yeah.
Chaotic good.
Okay. We can make an argument. He's like, look, this isn't loot. This is.
I'm just trying to see what I can find. I'm not saying I'm keeping it.
I gotta pick it up.
I just gotta know what's worthwhile here.
She probably would have
So all
grabbed
on what?
the bracelet, the animal figurines, the
Um,
silver necklace.
I definitely would
I
have
guess.
grabbed some animal figurines.
Yeah.
Animal figurines. You probably grabbed 100 of the 1,300 gold pieces.
Just wrote it down.
Money's now. I am of the opinion that money is a lot harder to determine who owns the money, but you know it's like, oh, my grandfather's chess set of animal figurines. You're like, oh, okay, here you go.
Duh.
My mother's wedding
What
necklace!
again?
Wait, is wedding necklaces a thing? Wait, we need to do some research here.
Which would not go well for me. My intelligence is low.
My intelligence is not low.
Does anyone else want cider?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I would like a bit of cider.
Who wants the Deadpool mug?
Is it Deadpool or Carnage?
See, I heard dead puma, and I was really confused.
What?
That was
No, I don't want a dead puma.
That would be the best use of taxidermy ever. I have turned this puma into a giant mug.
Sometimes people have dead pumas. Like, you come across them.
It is Deadpool. Would you rather have the Carnage mug?
No, I'm good. It's really cool going to one of those places where they do the historical reenactment thing, where they have like the the old wooden cabin and everything, and they do the this is how they made apple cider back before we had, like apple trees and stuff. But it's not so much fun when they're handing you those authentic little clay mugs, and they've been like sitting. No, they're cleaning everything. It wasn't that. It's that they've been sitting next to the fire to keep warm, and they stick it in your hands. And you don't wear gloves,
Oh.
and they're like,
Yeah.
"Ah,
Oh,
psh."
Here.
I'm going to need a bigger table.
Yeah.
There's another tray somewhere.
No, there's not. I took the last one.
Back there.
There's another tray somewhere.
Oh, yeah, there's like
Like
two over
behind.
there, the bigger ones. But
Josh, did you say yes?
Yes, please.
Alex,
although
you want me to
I
get
will say
the-
that the smell of apple cider is delightful. I'm enjoying that very greatly.
The winner?
The smell of apple cider
It
is
is.
delightful.
Alright, so we're looting, we're totally not killing people and putting them to rest for the Phoenix. We are totally saving people and healing.
LG, yeah.
So based on that growl from now on, keeping my eyes.
I don't
on
know
you.
why my dog doesn't like you so much. The dog is like, he kills people! Every time you turn around, he kills someone!
Why don't you see this?
Don't hate the
That
player,
is-
hate the game.
That is fantastic though, that David could. There's like,
It's my favorite thing that's ever
Again,
happened.
this is one of those situations where I wish this was an earlier edition of the game where I could actually give the dog intelligence and raise its intelligence up to the point where it can be like, he bad! No, bad!
there is an enhanced ability.
It doesn't actually raise your stats in this edition. It gives you, basically gives you advantage on whatever that stat
Wow,
is.
this is hot.
I thought it,
Yeah, it's pretty.
There's a feat that raises 3 stats or something.
Alright, anything else we're doing at nighttime? Anything else you wanted to do
Well-
out here on the
No,
well,
just save as
I'm looking for a soldier that's really happy about surviving this whole thing. But
Can I
Oh my.
just fly up and see what's on the horizon?
I love it
anything
when she
else?
does that.
Anything that's happening.
Sure. But you do
See,
it-
that's what tiefling should be.
Does she run into the arrow?
The arrow that's still in the sky.
Oh gosh, it's blinding me!
Well, I picture that just a little bit over Martin's head.
Yeah, I was just like,
So, what do I need to...
See,
Are you doing your
run
prime
into the arrows like
stuff?
Yeah.
what?
Um,
Why are we
you
crossing?
spend a
Is the
minute-
so,
decent character in here?
yeah, you think there's a guy in a green suit goes flying past?
What's
Well,
going
I'm-
on? I'm so confused.
Alright guys, so David flies up. That's awesome.
Davis Sprouse wins. you hear from down below.
That's new.
Wow. Alright, so the Yafi flies up. Spends a minute in concentration and besides the dead ones, no giants that you can see, of course humanoids all over the place, but if there are any goblins on the outside, and there are a few, they're running away.
They're brave, Sir Robining.
Yeah, they're probably half a mile on the other side of the wall now. No, there may be an ogre or two in there because now you can sense ogres too. But
Giantkin.
a couple goblins, maybe a bugbear, a couple ogres. No actual giants. But again, they're running. They're scared.
Alright. I will allow it.
The biggins are dead. Really?
Do you know that?
And so yeah, for the most part, you're pretty sure you're safe. Now, if they happen to run into more people 5 miles down the road, and blah blah, but yeah, I'd be more worried about David flying than the goblins.
That is a scary sight.
That would be awesome. Someone cast flying David at some point, please. No,
Please.
Dog tumbling and spinning, can't
note
figure
to
out how to
self.
fly.
Add an NPC that casts fly on David. And then somehow teach him to shoot a crossbow.
Give him boots that make him do it, and now we're in the wrong movie. That's all I'm saying.
Love dogs.
Anything else? Words. Gosh, sorry. We mentioned that we wanted to save as many people as we can. Of the 28 people that I said were dead, Ryan's probably able to save 6 of them. Do various castings. Not necessarily, you don't have that many spell slots to get them back up, but
Yeah, but I could
unconscious
spare
and-
the dying.
yeah.
What about the guy that was set on fire? Can we?
It would take a revivify or some other form of revival spell because Josh didn't crit, but the dude had 11 hit points. Josh did 26. Even if he was fully awake and conscious and fully healed, he died.
If you're gonna do things right.
Crap! You know what I should have done? I forgot that I have Zone of Truth. Mother of Pearl.
He still has to make a save for though. He can still pass that.
Next time, Gadget.
But
Yeah, I must make a charisma
sorry,
saving.
I'm trying
What's your plus on charisma saving throws?
It's not important to reveal such details right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering.
It's an explanation of the
Plus
cuts
7?
of underwear.
Oh gosh.
All right. Anything else? Anything else? No. Yes.
I got nothing.
Okay. Martin, you do indeed find that one of the knights is
Excellent.
not wanting to be alone tonight. A little
Sweet.
scared, could use a little bit of cuddling. You know.
Creepy.
What?
That's creepy.
We just survived giant attacks like 3 times.
Romance is in the
Look,
air.
and I've been trapped with you people. The only person here who seems reasonable about these things is probably her, and she finds me disgusting and ugly. So I mean, like I can't get between that. I respect that bond of nature and everything, even though the wings are amazing. I
still miss.
Can I find the girl I slept with the other night?
Sure.
All right, cool. I hook up with her again, and it's like, hey,
She still hasn't got over the burning sensation from the night before. How do you expect? It will never go away.
And
Booze plus time.
I tell her all the truth of the Phoenix, and make sure that an heir shall, arise.
Ooh.
All right. So Josh and Martin get it on with other people. I should start using character names. That's really creepy. Pyro and Dot both find partners for the evening.
It's definitely better.
Do what?
I said that's definitely better.
Pyro's
Than the
so
other way.
tired he doesn't want to try to find someone else. So
So after you guys do what you're doing, no one else, Josh, noticed what happened. They're too busy. Hey, this bugbear thing that typically we think of as evil and bad is saving people. That's awesome. And she fought and got hurt pretty bad in our defense. We like this chick. Hair and all. It's weird. And so I've completely blanked on his name, but the father guy, the priestly guy, mentions, hey, look, drinks, food, beds on us. It's covered. He
certainly is. Comes from down the hallway.
And so you guys get back to the inn, and don't have to pay for anything. Like even the tab that you had from the night before, you don't have to pay. Definitely accommodating rooms, really the same rooms you had. Myros gets you all set up, and unless there's anything else that you want to do, evening goes through. You guys get your long rest. You are fully healed. You actually have spell slots again, and all that fun stuff. Yay!
Woo woo!
If anyone did spend hit dice, you do only get half of those back.
Did we even get a short rest to be able to do?
Nope, but just in
Maybe
case. The healing surge thing that we do, just as a reminder, me and Josh tweaked it a tiny bit. I think is you can take an action and spend as many as you want. But you can only do that what did we say, like once a short rest or something,
I thought it was once a long one. You told me.
or once a long rest. What do you say?
Once a day, you can recover many hit points if you do. Sweet.
So that is always an option for you. At that point, the rest of the people stay there too. Like they do mourn the losing of Oren, even though at the same time that the town drunk's gone.
I'm sure his body's set on fire as well.
How do you feel about
left of
this?
it, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't the hill giant crit on the portal guy?
Yeah.
I
He
think
only had
I
9
couldn't
points.
find him.
I'm not sure how.
he tried to say.
I think he was smeared
Tree
inside
beard.
the tree, and if you walk
Yeah.
more near tree beard with a fire, he will crush you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. As much as that would be fun to roleplay out that fight.
I would lose that fight now.
Yes. I mean, he doesn't resist fire, but he's still.
The tree?
Yeah.
He's actually the opposite. What's the opposite one?
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable to fire.
Yeah, but still 2 hits from him and Josh crumples. His AC
First,
is a
first
little-
round of attack. Scrunch. Look, I rolled a 2. I hit you and you die. Alright.
Even if I cast shield on that one, I have a feeling that would
Oh,
be
okay,
bad.
he would need a 6.
Yeah, okay, well, why didn't he like plus 11 to hit or something? Alright, so at the beginning, where's my in the morning, when you guys finish with breakfast and you are provided the breakfast the day before was pretty good. No, wait, you guys didn't actually have breakfast the day before. The dinner the night before was pretty good. But this is, oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is really good.
We need to
breakfast.
sound. I'm lying back on. We need to save towns more often.
Yes. I come downstairs with my black leather and black eyeliner, and
Wait, are you goth now too? Jeez.
the Phoenix showed me that I was on the right path last night, so, you know. I borrowed some of, what's her name's eyeliner?
So
Which is
Sure,
which
sure.
is actually what Pyro calls her because
What's
he doesn't
her
remember her name.
It's not important.
She is merely the
He's heard
vessel.
her phone as
Pyro-
Golden Fields girl.
Pyro is the opposite of Peleus. Peleus is very like we need to treat women properly. All this stuff is evil, and Josh is just like Josh is just Barney Simpson, but on like steroids as far as the bad goes.
No,
Let's-
see, people
let's-
like Barney.
Yeah, let's be clear.
He scares
Oh,
me.
no,
Some
No,
people like
no,
that.
Actually, yeah,
let's
I mean,
be
he's
clear.
Christmas, people
My
like him.
character is
People
like Barney.
Yeah, it's like,
Just to be clear.
Well, yeah, okay, you're probably a little bit more like Barney. I'll give you that.
Except I'm a lot more
I've got
equal
great
opportunity.
charisma. People love me. People love me.
What's your charisma at then?
19.
What?
That's my casting ability.
That's his
How
main
did you
stat.
get 19 already?
Because he
I
gets plus
put
1 to
plus
charisma.
Yeah.
He gets plus 1 charisma as a racial bonus.
Yeah.
16 plus 1 is 17 plus 2 from the stat up.
And everyone loves me. And the Phoenix. That's how I get-
Everyone loves you at first. Everyone
that's how
loves
the
me
Phoenix gets
forever.
so many followers.
Charles, I'm playing D&D, bro. Part of me wants to answer it. Just
Do
say
it.
that.
Do it. We'll yell at him.
Face slacker.
Hey, Charles, we're playing D&D, bro.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
Hang up on him!
Love you. Bye.
Also, you're on the stream.
You get disadvantage on all your rolls next week.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we're playing
We're
next
playing
week.
next week.
I mean,
And
2
please
weeks
don't,
from now.
please don't do that. We're fighting werewolves next week.
Do what?
Because
Just because the microphone is probably picking you up.
stream,
And yeah, stream.
not screen.
See me. Oh, Charles. Alright, so I got tired of not knowing this guy's name. Ellerden Derovic is the priest.
Mm-hmm. What was that last week?
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. I had to look it up. It's been way too long since we played. And I'm lazy. So,
Good looking
Golden
out.
Fields. He walks in, he thanks you again. He has worked with some of the other people around here and
Only moderately.
come up with, it's based on your service, it's a paltry reward, but still it's the best they've got. He offers the group as a whole a bag of holding. Ooh.
Yay.
Always need a bag of holding.
Oh, it's
Very
good.
nice.
Long story short, portable hold. A ring of protection for whoever the party decides it wants to have.
I would like that ring
Nope.
of protection.
I know you like it,
I
but
think maybe give that to this guy that is always up front.
that was one way to think about it. But Alex specifically, he does hand you something.
Really?
And he mentions, I noticed you're a fan of javelins for ranged combat. We happen to have this lying around and thought it might be useful to you. And he hands you a javelin of lightning.
Ooh.
How shocking.
It's an uncommon magic weapon. It is not a +1 javelin, but it is a magic weapon for bypassing resistances and that sort of stuff. But what it does is, once a day, you speak its command word.
Excelsior.
And we're gonna. I used to know what that was in Aragon's language.
Something like that.
That's
and-
fine.
No, in Filipino that would be kidlat. Kidlat just means lightning. So kidlat is the command word, and it transforms into a bolt of lightning after you throw it at a target.
Okay.
Anything between you and the target has to make a DC 13 Dex save,
You shoot a lightning bolt.
or take 4d6 lightning damage on a failed save and half on a successful save.
You said DC 13?
Yeah.
And what is it, 46?
46 on a fail, half on a success. And it's a 5 foot wide lightning bolt, so anything in one straight line. Within 120 feet, but the range is based on how far you throw it.
Love it.
And of course, the range is 30, 120 for javelin. Once it reaches the target, you still have to make your ranged attack roll like normal. If you hit with it, it takes the damage from the javelin plus 46 lightning damage, as it transforms back into a javelin as it embeds itself in it.
So it's a javelin, once a day, lightning damage, everything between
You and
me and its target. Target, if it hits the target,
It was also hit by the lightning.
he gets hit by lightning.
Yeah.
So if I throw it and I miss the target, does things...
The stuff in between still takes damage.
Gotcha.
But it just lands harmlessly next to the guy you throw it at.
Do I have to remember to collect it, or does it just...
It does not return. You do have to remember to collect it.
Okay.
I'm okay assuming that you do go collect it, except unless a situation occurs that...
You throw it
Yeah.
into a monster,
Like
the
a
monster
time
goes,
stone.
ha and runs off with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it does not return.
Okay.
That comes later. Oh.
But that is a cool little piece of treasure I found.
Thank you.
As I was planning all of this stuff.
It said bag of holding, and then ring of protection plus 1 AC.
It's plus 1 AC and plus 1 to all saving throws.
Cool. You got the javelin. I'll take that.
I don't care who takes it. No one else is.
I would like
complaining.
to.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but
Yeah, nobody would mind it. It's one of the like, fundamental pieces of equipment in this game. It's like, it makes everything better. Sweet.
I mean, if we were going to pick somebody,
I would
I'd pick
probably
the
pick
other
her
meat
as
shield.
well.
Yeah.
That's racist.
Since you
But
got that.
that's what I was thinking.
But that's
Ariana's
racist.
not going to be the like grabbing shiny things one. So
Yeah.
But she could make a reasoned
that-
argument.
that was Ryan's reason.
So, are
I
you
agree.
getting it then, Ryan? Is that what we're deciding?
That's
Oh yeah,
I understand.
I
that
think
makes
so,
the most
yeah.
sense to me. I just, Pyro.
If they accepted my argument and gave it to me, I wasn't going to say no.
I think Pyro probably likes jewelry.
He does, and like skull jewelry. If we come across any rings with skulls on them and fire,
I will definitely
Skulls
allow
and
you to
fire.
put the skulls on.
Cool.
And apparently the neighbors are on stream now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so he knows that it's not worth it's not exactly a reward for the sacrifice. And
We
the
can't
near-death
fit you like the
experiences.
heroes you are. I'm like, the food was so good.
But this is Martin's not even sure what's just happening right now. He's in a food coma over there. Excuse me, Dot is in a food coma over there. But so that's what they do. All of your NPCs are here. Though Shalvis is is off to the corner, just kind of
Stealthing it.
not really. He's not hiding per se, but just kind of lone wolfing it a little bit.
So are the townspeople kind of around too?
Yeah, there are some townspeople, but the NPCs specifically asked, "Hey, like, can we hold the crowds back a little bit so we can talk one on one?" Some of the NPCs with me. And so, well, of course, Lifferless isn't inside the place, but he does want to talk to you guys as well.
Peeking through the window.
Yeah, he's speaking to the window. But Zeeling is probably the first to approach, and she thanks you guys for helping keep her alive, helping defend the city, and all that, and she all this upside down scrollable things. Sorry. I know I said I wouldn't complain anymore, but I'm a liar. Alright, so Zeeling mentions that her family was pretty wealthy, owned stuff in Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep. They traded a lot of stuff. Silk and well oil, fine glasses, maps, and other accoutrements. Most of their stuff is based in Baldur's Gate, but they do have some stuff in Waterdeep. And she offers you a black pearl pendant that is worth 750 gold pieces. It's the one material possession she has. She otherwise lives pretty
parsimoniously.
Yeah.
Good vocabulary.
She tells you to, when you have the time, go to Waterdeep, go to House Than, and hand that to a man named Calder Marskyle.
So Waterdeep House Dan?
Yeah, Thann.
Spell that name for me. The name of the person.
Calder Marskyle? Cauldar. The first name. Last name Marskayf.
Marskal.
Marskal.
He's human, specifically, but he works for House Than. And she even tells you, give this to him, and he will give you a gift.
Well,
I love
snatch.
gifts.
It goes with your eyes.
She thanks you guys and go with Shantae's blessing. Thank you for protecting this place, for protecting life. And so
Would Yondala and Shantae be friends?
probably you would know, just being a cleric, that
They might be the
Shantae's
same
like
person.
the Earth Mother. She's like the biggest main goddess, supposedly. She's credited with creating all life, but Yondala would be possibly something like someone that Shantae's all right, you can govern this part of India.
Like a delegation.
Yeah. I don't really know. I'm making that up, but it's possible. But you can look it up later. But
Technically, they're probably actually the same thing. It's just one's for halflings and one's for humans.
It's possible too.
I tell Thee, we're sorry for the pain that your town has had to go through, and we wish you warmth and light in the future.
Oh, he's that. See, people do like him. What are you talking about, Landis?
David keeps growling.
Oh, David.
Landis starts growling grr.
David was invited in and also fed a very delicious breakfast. They saw the valiant efforts that the wolf put in, and honestly probably sacrificed more than you guys did by almost dying a couple of times. Because of Alex.
It's kibbles and bits mixed with wet stuff.
No, it's real food.
Oh.
David got a real steak. Come on, you don't almost die and get kibbles and bits.
I don't know.
My experience is kibbles and bits is really good.
Speaking from personal experience, I rated much higher than Purina. Dog chow.
Myros comes from behind the bar after Zeeling walks away. And just again, same thing, thanks you. Asks you to tell your friends about the bar. Tell them, hey, you ever need a place. And he goes, hey, if you're ever traveling through, here, let me share this.
Oh, another place I need to write down, huh?
What are you looking for?
I was gonna show the thing.
Since you've got the streaming thing on the screen.
Yeah, if you would close that.
Sword Coast Custom. It says loading and it has two little squares.
If you ever go to loading, make sure you stop by and talk to my cousin. He's got lots of good stuff.
So that other
It'll
thing is
eventually
a
load.
pearl ring.
Yeah.
Right? Whoa.
Pendant.
You might want to zoom.
Pendant.
Yeah, zoom out a tiny bit. Golden Fields is right there. Place he mentions is Amphil, which is to the left of Golden Fields.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Scroll
So
back.
Golden
Right
Fields
under
kinda
right
just
under Sword Mountains.
south of Mill.
Amphil, right here.
Yeah,
I'm
Okay. And this is Mortimer?
Myros.
Myros.
It's open.
There's.
And he tells us to go to...
Amphil. Amphail.
He says if you're ever passing through Amphil, or actually he suggests, hey, you should pass through Amphil, and give my regards to, I'm not even going to pronounce this, Arleosa, or Leosa, Starhenge, Starhenge. She's the proprietary of a local tavern called the Staghorned Flagon. And literally just says, give her his regards.
Regards.
Is this a Lannister send their regards type thing, or oh?
No, just let him know that.
Just making sure.
Regards or respect?
He's not
I'll go with
asking-
respect. Regards, no. You can't pay me enough for that.
He's not asking you to stab anybody or poison someone or blow them with a
Lannister
fire.
sends their regards with swords.
Oh, okay, so it's
Stabbing.
It's a different word.
But yeah, so that's what he does. He goes back to cleaning after that. Next scene comes and she looks troubled.
Maxine.
Almost
Naxine.
the Martin's NPC,
Mhm.
the wizard lady.
You had an NPC. This is so much I've been paying attention. Sorry.
We
Well,
send
you
her
all
back.
had-
Yeah, I mean, she
I
was
know,
like
but-
she was old and frail. Or like, we don't need your fireballs and lightning bolts. Go away.
Only yours died, Alex. Not yours. And she feels conflicted about giving you this information, but she feels you've earned the right to the information at least. And she mentions to you that she heard a tale of a great treasure hoard being guarded at Mount Hatanel. It is not on the screen. Go north some.
Can you spell that mountain name?
So
Whoa.
that much.
What?
Is there in Neverwinter Wood on the left side?
Right there. Right
Yeah, so scroll in a little bit so she can see the name.
Oh, that one. Is that what
It's
you're
hot
talking
in
about?
there now.
Put no.
Wow.
Is that big enough for you to see?
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Not put no.
Hot now. Like
Hot to know.
It's put no.
Hot and ready pizza. Sorry.
yeah, like
It's
like
Little
Krispy
Caesars,
Kreme.
okay?
It's like Krispy Kremes. They're hot now. Okay. Treasure hoard.
You guys would know as your characters, but for you guys' sake, Mount Hotnell is an active volcano. And it is widely known that it is actually what keeps the Neverwinter River nice and warm year-round.
It's why it's never winter there.
It is actually the origin of the name Neverwinter. Hot springs and that sort of thing, but it is active. It does sometimes explode, and there was an explosion 50 years ago. Martin, how old is your character?
I wasn't alive during the volcano eruption. No.
I was just curious. And so there
I
is
think
like a
Uncle
giant
Corin
slab.
was.
Do it.
I think Uncle Corin was.
You might have been. There was an explosion, and you can tell in the city now. Like new growth has come up from it, but you can still see the ashes and stuff of where it did explode.
Also the zombies.
I didn't say anything.
Well, that's totally common knowledge. Just to be clear, the volcanic eruption caused all the people it killed to turn into zombies, and not normal cool zombies that are okay, but yeah.
I heard treasure hoard. That's all I needed.
I neither confirm nor deny what he says, but the treasure is guarded by some extremely powerful creatures, and he actually lists. All right, she knows what they are. Can I tell you guys this, and you guys not go look up the stats for it?
Yeah.
Scouts on her. All right. So several hobgoblins and a fire giant dreadnought. guard this, and she knows this firsthand because her and 10 of the best warriors she
And the
knew
what?
went and tried
And
to
fire
claim
giant
this,
red.
and only her and 2 of the warriors of the Wizard came. They ran for it.
I think we go ahead and assign Pyro to that one. I know he likes fire and all, so we'll just let him go ahead and handle that on his own.
Split the party, yay!
I feel bad.
Take invisibility and cone of cold for a win.
Although, statistically, I would probably just convert them over to the columns.
Kind of just fly overhead, grab the treasure, and fly out.
That could work too.
Perhaps I should pull up an image of the fire giant.
Yeah.
No. Let it be a surprise when the time comes.
Oh, well, that's not even in there anymore. So, that's kind of lame, actually. But yeah, so fantastic treasure, very, very dangerous.
Sounds worth it.
Like
I
said,
was
the
wondering
Alfie
where
has
the
a
high
one-track
road
mind.
was. It's right there.
But can you find the low road?
It doesn't matter. I'm LG.
Alright, so that was liverless. He does as best he can, and it's kind of awkward to see a tree like laying down, but gets his face to the door and asks you guys to come hither. And he mentions, oh, this is actually a good time to interject something. Martin, did you get a chance to read any of what I sent you? No. Okay.
Your link is broken.
Is it really? Yay, lovely. Alright.
What was the tree something?
Liverless.
Or leaferless.
Yeah. Leave O-less.
Then you would have to throw things or shoot things. So.
Yeah, well, it works for me at least, which is good. Alright, so, long time ago, several sessions ago, back on the ship before the dragon came, Martin was doing some research through Zephyros's literature and some of the stuff he's been working on.
Zephyrus' massive
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, and I never came back and told Martin what it was because at the time it wasn't quite important, but it is actually important now. Technically it was important then, but not for what we were doing at the time. But this is the information that he was able to gather. I can post this because it's just actually on the point of the wikis. If I can get
If
the
Dot is sharing this information.
I assume Dot would share the information.
Oh yeah. I probably share it in the form of like a limerick or something, but other than that.
This is actually a good tell for that, honestly. So, the ordning was the social structure to which all the giants appeared.
The what was?
The ordning. O-R-D.
Okay.
Okay. It was a social structure that all of the giants followed. There was an ordning within each tribe of giants, but there's also an ordning of the different races within the giants. Even the lowest caste member of a superior rank was higher than the highest ranked of the the rank below, that sort of thing.
This led to absolutely no hard feelings whatsoever.
You're right. What the ordning was, and this lists giants that we probably won't see because they're not actually in the monster right now, but I'll still read it all out. Storm giants were at the top. Cloud giants were next, and that's what Zephyrus was. Fog giants, then fire giants, then frost giants, then stone giants, then mountain giants, hill giants, Ettins, then anything else that's giant kin, and then ogres. After anything else that is giant in some kind. And again, I'll post this link, you don't have to write all that down. But essentially, well, you can if you want, but essentially, in Rise of Tiamat, or Horde of the Dragon Queen, I guess, what's his name? Blackethus was a cloud giant who was actually fooling the cult of the dragon. He was helping them to get them actually strong enough that the rest of the giants are like, oh shit, we gotta go help. There are dragons everywhere. His plan was he's noticed the complacency in the giants, and he was trying to bring these people back to
Their
their
glory.
greatness. And so that was his method, was let's get all the dragons here, and then we'll realize, oh yeah, we're meant to kill dragons. Long story short, giants and dragons don't like each other.
TLDR,
Yeah.
Dragons and giants fought for control of the earth a long time ago and lost to humans.
Yes. Sadly.
To humans. None of you guys.
Hey.
To humans.
Hey. I got the good half.
Humans.
Actually, tieflings are part human too, so.
No. He didn't say part humans. He said,
Hey, my grandmama was a human. What are you talking about? Anyway, so Amnim Allfather is the head god of the giants. He didn't like this complacency. He kind of thought along the lines of Blagathicus, and
Just Blagathus.
yeah,
Blagathus.
He is probably the source of where he got the idea to try to help the giants. Probably not happy he was helping the dragons, but he did let them attempt to do that to rouse themselves. But since it was the small folk that prevented Tiamat summoning, he was like, "Oh, screw this," and he broke the ordning, and the giants can all feel it in their blood. It was like divine decree that was the order. So now that's why there's so much activity going on, and that's what Zephyros kind of imparted upon Dot was the kind of stuff that happens in Nightstone. It's probably going to keep happening, and I'm trying to figure out a way I can try to help, see if there's a way we can talk to the Allfather, see if there's something we can do. We need order back among the giants. If not, he fears what's going to happen to the small folk. So that's it in a brief, not so much brief nutshell. I'll post that link later, and hopefully in a way that it works for the people.
What was the giant god name?
Annam.
Anam.
A-N what?
Annan.
Okay.
Anam.
He was the creator of the giants, and
mana backwards.
actually, but with an extra N.
Well, mana from heaven is spelled with two N's.
Biblical mana, not
Is it?
mana.
Not
Not
mana and
spelled
WoW.
mana.
Yeah, not mana and WoW. Mana from heaven.
But yeah, so that's it in a nutshell. And so Zephyros does impart that upon Dot to let you guys know that. The reason I interjected there is Zephyros' quest is he urges you guys to, if you're going to continue to combat giants, if that's a thing you want to do, he suggests you seek out his creator. He was a moon elf druid whose name is Airglass. Aerglas.
Airglass.
Aerglas.
Mm-hmm.
And you said he was a half elf moon?
Moon elf druid.
He was a member of the Emerald Enclave, but he's also an adventurer, and he slew many giants in his day. He left Goldenfields 30 years ago on a pilgrimage to Shadowtop Cathedral. And Druid planned to follow the Desrin River, and he was going to seek out an old treant named Turdling. T-U-R.
Hold on, I need words.
Yeah.
So he
Airglass.
Airglass, I think I got that. Who awakened him. Does he call him creator?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But who went where? 30 years ago?
Shadowtop Cathedral?
And we're assuming that he would still be there.
Because when one talks to treants, it takes a while.
Someone just not said good morning. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
And he says to seek out an old treant named Turling. He went to seek out the old treant named Turling, and Lifferless suggests you do the same.
Turdling. T-U-R-D-L-I-N-G.
T-U-R-L-A-N-G.
Oh,
Turning.
I was hoping.
I mean, plants do flourish with manure, I guess.
Turdling.
And look at the time.
Besides that.
What, you have to go to the bathroom now? Are you trying to flourish another plant?
And so you get these quests, as we'll call them.
Collect all the quests in the zone. Let's move on.
Shadowtop Cathedral. Despite the fact that it's on the map, don't look. If anyone wants to know where it is, that one is a name that you guys may or may not have heard so much. But history checks can be made if we wish. In which case,
Give myself.
I mean, I'll
I
do
give
it,
myself
but it's not very
inspiration.
You're inspiring yourself.
Yep.
That's a new feat.
hey, whatever he does in his own room.
Oh,
Seventeen plus.
yeah. Only when I'm booting off that drive. I have a different error now because it actually can talk to Windows.
19 with history check. What powder?
Get it repaired? No. No. 19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so y'all can.
29.
Oh, yeah. You definitely know where it's at. It's right there at the little dot.
8.
You trust them.
10.
You guys trust them.
Ooh, I want to roll just for fun. What are we doing? History?
And I have,
History.
and I have +4, so.
2!
Is that with your penalty?
Alex isn't sure that
Ooh.
you heard the name right.
He's like, any place called Shadow Anything is probably a place that I don't want to go to. I mean,
Yeah.
unless I'm going to bring the light.
So we're going to Mordor then, gentlemen.
But yeah, he suggests you do that. The Destron River, if I remember correctly, goes through that little the mountains there. Is what he
That's
did.
sexist.
What's that?
Deal with it.
He called us all gentlemen.
Look, I follow the Latin, or the, give me a language here that would be the celestial language that
Makes the
basically-
differentiation because we're all created in God's image no matter what we look like. There we go.
So, there you, yeah.
She still takes offense to that.
I'm going to start talking in celestial whenever I have to make a snide remark so nobody knows what I'm saying.
So,
You know celestial?
That
We'll have conversation.
that assumes
What Martin
no one
does.
speaks celestial.
Huh?
I was just saying that assumes no one here speaks celestial.
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't have to reveal it.
The only secret language that I don't speak is Infernal, and that's maybe I'm lying about that point. But
Oh, I speak Infernal.
I do too.
well, no, I mean you guys get Infernal as languages because you're tieflings.
Yeah.
I just had so many extra languages to start with. I'm like, I'm running out of languages to take. I took every normal language I could take, and I'm like, all right, I know Sylvan, but I know Sylvan and Draconic and Celestial.
Yeah.
And Giant. So
Oh, we have several in common then.
that'd be how I try to win you over.
So yeah, you guys get those quests.
So, are they done inundating us with all their needs at this point?
Divine, I guess.
All our needy little NPCs. Like, look, townsfolk, we're more important. They pushed all of them out.
Well, how many quests did you get?
I think we should go to the
We got
volcano.
4. One died. I don't know where the 5th one is. We
what
got
about
Maxine,
Silvus?
Myros, Zeeling, Treebeard, and I can't remember. Didn't
Silvus, the ranger, or not ranger though. Basically rogue.
The rogue guy.
Yeah.
He's still sitting in the corner.
I would like to go over and approach him.
Okay. What do you say?
I'd like to say, so you seem awfully quiet with the events that has transpired last night.
He's a little shook up. And he was just kind of sitting and observing, listening, totally not stalking and eavesdropping. And he mentioned, yeah, I heard that, what's her face, the Sorko's equivalent of the Chinese lady asked you about the, can you go to Waterdeep, and Yeti dude asked you about the, asked you about the going to Anvil. If you guys don't mind, can you guys escort me to?
Don't say that too loud to Dot.
Yeah.
Hey, escorts expect to be paid. I do this because I enjoy it. That's all I'm saying.
What was this one's name? NPC?
Shalvis.
Shalvis.
Bartholio.
Are these?
Where do you need escorting to, Shells?
He is asking if you guys can take him overland to the Barge Right Inn.
Barge right?
Okay, that's where
Is
that
that
people
in a
make
particular
bargains.
town or?
It is right above Golden Fields on the map. No easy way to get there going north, but it's north of Golden Fields.
And why do you need to go there?
Are you even in this conversation?
He was sitting in the corner. We're all in the bar.
It's a big place, but he was able to hear all you guys'
So,
conversation.
I mean, it's in Golden Fields or it's just not in a town at all?
There's a big giant dock.
Barred right in, right there.
But out of the
Yeah.
desert, Discern Valley.
This map is actually the map that came in the book, but some guy actually edited to put all of the names on the map so you freaking know where they are. Because half of those aren't on the map.
Oh wow.
So how do we know they're actually where they're
After actually that guy knew some stuff about
So
which
there
actually
used to be a gazetteer, a gazetteer for the Forgotten Realms that literally had every town that was ever mentioned anything ever on it, and included all those towns.
Yeah, I actually looked up where all the towns were, and I was just going to try to remember in relative position where they were, and then I refound this map. I had actually shared this map before, but forgotten about it. He added all this stuff on there, including one thing that I know is actually a spoiler, but we're past that part of the story. So,
I told you the wrong place, but it's okay.
no, I didn't tell you the wrong place, but you guys killed the people that would have told you about it. And so yeah, he asked you, hey, if your guys
I
are
told
going,
you not to murder that one guard. Jeez. We could have found out if you didn't kill that guy, but no, you had to set him on fire.
totally wasn't a guard. So Shalvis, like, yeah, I got to report back to my boss. So yeah, if you guys could
Is
totally
he
keep
acting
us-
a little
Sure,
shady?
He's shook up more than shady,
We'll
but
go
a
with
tiny
you.
bit shady. He's been a tiny bit shady the entire time.
Tell me, what do we get out of this situation?
Some free booze and probably a free night stay.
Works for me.
So you want us to go somewhere to get free booze and a free night stay and leave the place where we currently are having free booze and free night stay? I'm just thinking that's not really much of an offer.
We also need to go down near
I
Golden
think the
Falls.
idea is if we're leaving town
Yeah.
anyway.
We've got to go down to Amphal and then swing over to.
Down south.
Well, actually, I think we need. Well,
Because we need to get to Waterdeep
yeah,
as
but
well.
Waterdeep, Anfield,
yeah,
Barge right in,
are all done over there. There was the
and the
treasure
other one is up here.
at Neverwinter up there, but
That's
That's track.
let's avoid that for now.
also Waterdeep. It's the city of splendors, so it's possible to like hire services there, like teleportals.
Oh.
You can just pay money to be like, I want to go to Neverwinter, please, and they're like, give me money. Poof.
I want to go to the volcano.
Said you can go by yourself. Well, none of us are stopping.
Also, I may have to attempt to persuade the person there to teleport him into the volcano.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be really that much of a persuasion. He wants to become one with the Phoenix, and that's fire, right?
Phoenix doesn't live in the volcano. Amateurs.
Oh, mine has nothing to do with trying to convince you to try to weasel some way around that you want to be in a volcano because of the Phoenix. I just want you to be in a volcano. This is purely personal.
PvP aside, yeah, so that's what Shalvis asked.
So is this coming onto those escort missions where he walks half the speed of our characters and we have to do laps around him to keep up with his walking speed?
Yeah, he runs faster than we walk, but he runs slower than we run. This is too confusing.
No, because, well, screw those quests. I hate them.
Just making
So
sure.
before we leave, though, before we make decisions, we have a lot of stuff that we were able to acquire that these people have already dealt with enough. Death and destruction, I stare at Pyro again, that I think it would be best for us to go ahead and try to return let meager belongings be found to those people if possible.
I agree. It's the right thing to do.
I wasn't asking you. I was going to go ahead and tell you that's what we.
It's the right thing to do.
Does that make you think it's the wrong thing to do?
I just
Keep
didn't hear
agreeing?
him really. So yeah, at this point, it's kind of like if there's nothing else that we need to discuss with the others here, I would like to call in the townspeople to see what we can return to them.
Yeah, stealing's wrong. You know.
Okay. Sure. I think Ryan had already grabbed a few things to do that with too, right?
Yeah, I grabbed as much of as I could
So do we just
get
need
to
to?
beforehand. As much as I can carry. Come on.
That's a lot. That's fair.
Yeah, so let's say, and then I can cast enhanced strength on you. You can carry twice as much.
Yeah.
Or it's
Well,
just all
there's-
in the bag of holding and it doesn't
Wait.
weigh anything.
Didn't get the bag of holding until this morning though.
Yeah, but while we're sitting here talking, Shelby
Yeah,
I
said
don't know if you
so.
can shove
But-
quite all of that in the bag of holding. Let's.
I'm talking
How much
about
can you store in the bag of holding?
It is a 6-foot diameter cylinder, 10 feet deep.
It can hold up to 500 pounds, 2 feet in diameter at the mouth, 4 feet deep.
Oh, different ones. Okay, I guess there's apparently. So the original portable holes were indeed 6 feet across and 10 feet deep. So
It could hold 500 pounds and can't exceed a volume of 64 cubic feet, whatever that actually means. And it always weighs 50 pounds.
yep. And don't stick pointy things in it.
My apologies. I don't understand.
Apparently.
No one's talking to you, Google. Just because we're, streaming to you doesn't give you the right to interrupt.
How rude.
If it ever gets overloaded, pierced, torn, it ruptures and blows up, and all the contents are scattered across the astral plane.
Nice.
That's all.
Also, do not put extra-dimensional spaces inside extra-dimensional spaces.
Oh, come on.
if you put anything breathing, it can survive up to a number of minutes equal to 10 divided by the number of creatures.
So you,
And then they start suffocating.
yeah. So it's a 2-foot diameter, 4-foot deep thing. I think they're talking about the bigger ones. The bigger ones actually, yeah, it's a bunch of cubic feet.
Yeah, if you do stick another type of extra-dimensional space inside anything that has an extra-dimensional space, both of them get destroyed. It opens a gate to the astral plane.
Sucks you through, leaves you
Sucks
there.
any creature within 10 feet of it to a random location on the astral plane. Then it closes and it's one way only. Don't be stupid. It is pretty much. But it can carry a lot of stuff. It probably can't fit quite all of that stuff. Although 64 cubic feet doesn't mean a whole lot to me.
Well, that's the reason why 64 cubic feet, it's pi r squared. So if it was only 2 feet diameter, 4 feet deep, it only holds 12 cubic feet. That's the reason why I was saying it's 64 cubic feet, because
I think my question just made this.
Pretty much, unless you try to shove all that in there, I don't really care what's in there.
Gotcha.
Within reason. I mean, no sticking whole giants inside it. But,
I mean, it'd be about
Can fit
the diameter of this table and about this tall off the ground.
potential teeth.
Yeah. Fit.
I'm good. I don't murder people.
But if they die of suffocation, is that really murder?
Touche.
If he
Touche.
just shoves them in it, yeah.
We were just trying to get him over to somewhere else quickly. That's all.
And somehow
Forgot about him. 10
thought
minutes
a
later.
bag of holding was a bag of teleport. Wow.
My
I'm
intellect
gonna-
is not the highest.
Yeah,
You
I'll-
can't fault me for that.
I'll cast reduce on him and then put him in the bag so that we can hide him from the people that are trying to catch him.
Actually, if you get reduced on him, you can last longer. You take less oxygen.
But your character believes that I didn't murder anyone. So, for your character to put me
I
in the
believe
bag
you
to
had a
murder me-
convincing excuse, and I still don't believe you.
for your character to put me in the bag is murder. And your
Either
character
way,
would
it's
be-
murder. But
Yeah.
anyway, morals aside, for a little now at least. Yeah, you guys are able to find the owners of a lot of the named items. Pull the list back up again for a second.
This makes me happy. More important, it makes the Phoenix happy, which makes me happy.
Where's it?
I need to prepare my spells real quick.
Ah, the glories of being a sorcerer and a bard. There is no spell preparation.
Giant list
Yeah.
of stuff.
Oh, I took counterspell, by the way.
Oh, did you need the giant list of stuff?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, wagon wheel, mushrooms and stuff.
Yeah, the mundane stuff.
Yeah. I mean, one lady does notice, hey, that's my wooden carving of Shantae. So she kind of wants it back, but like.
And then this other creepy old guy comes in. Hey, there's my humanoid elven
you
skull.
can share items in here too, right?
Actually, I think I do have it listed up somewhere. But, I can share the magic items if you want. But,
Yes, sir.
But like the rope, the ale. I mean, most of that stuff you can keep a beehive and some dead trout if you want. But the art
I
objects.
can. Excellent.
The art objects. There's quite a bit there. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like 14 things there. They're all worth 250 gold pieces. You actually managed to find the owner of every one of them. However, some of them recognize that some of you guys are spellcasters and ask if any of this would help you guys. I don't know for sure if any of this will fulfill the requirements for some of the spells, but if they would, they actually offer you.
Were there any raw gems?
There's a gold ring set with bloodstones. There was a silver necklace with a gemstone pendant. That was just those two, and a large gold bracelet. No, just loose gemstones.
Yeah. So.
But
What about a pair of platinum rings worth 50 gold pieces each?
there was not any of that inside this. But are you mentioning that out loud as when like the lady with like the, let's say, the bracelet? You actually having to mention that or say that out loud? Wishing, hey, did we happen to find this?
I mean, there was jewelry, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not. Are those platinum? Said something like that.
And the lady says, no, but why do you ask?
I just have this spell I've been wanting to try out. A
Well,
protection spell for
you
my
did pretty good. Let me see. I may actually have some. So, some sweet old lady runs off home.
She brings back a little person. She's like.
And about 30 minutes later, does come back, and she does actually have 2 platinum rings for you. Most of the people take the stuff and give you guys
Their thanks.
their thanks and about 20 gold pieces. Let's say for a total of
280 minus 20 is 260 plus the rings.
Huh?
You said they all gave us about 20 gold pieces apiece, and there were 14 items.
I'm not saying all of them did,
Yeah.
but let's go with like about 7 of them gave you 20 gold pieces each.
140.
140 there.
20
What?
gold pieces each of them gave it, or gave us each 20 gold pieces?
You as a party got a total of 140.
Okay.
Each
On
of
some of
them.
the items, we got like a 10% finder's fee, basically.
Person that had the crown though, they took the crown, and they actually just walked away. I'm gonna say thank you, but walked away and came back later, and they are actually going to give you just 800 gold pieces, just a sack of gold pieces. Just again thanking you. One of the few people here that have a little bit more money.
Well, they had a crown.
Oh yeah, exactly. The rest of the people say thank you and apologize if they don't have anything that they can give you.
That's okay.
But
I
overall,
hope
you did.
I hope this brings you back closer to completeness so that you can get over this terrible thing that's occurred.
Of course, you do if you took them all the short bows and scimitars, and
I guess we could take a couple of the nicer ones.
yeah, I mean they were goblins, but yeah.
Like here's your necklace, and here's a bow with some arrows. Next time goblins show up. Thank you.
Yeah, here new armaments for the crew.
These are simple weapons. That means you can use them. Let's go.
So yeah, that happens. You guys got some loots and stuff. How much money does it put the party at? Like over 2,000 or something?
Well, we have the 1,300 plus the
8 that we just got.
8
So it's 21.
plus 140. So that's 940 plus 13 is
2240.
2240. Plus we gathered miscellaneous gold from before, which of course
Loose change. We have lots of loose change.
Yeah, like I know that there was one point we had like 12 gold given, and then I have it written down here.
Let's just assume that we have enough
a
money
crap
to
ton
stay
of
at
blood
an inn.
gems.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're going to Waterdeep. You might
Yes.
want to know how much money you have
Yeah.
if you want to go shopping. As you said, City of Splendors.
The-
I will
the only
get
place
a
in-
definitive number here shortly.
The only place
I
in the
think-
Forgotten Realms you can actually buy magic items.
I think it was just like an additional 12 gold, 84 silver from the other stuff.
Okay. So that way you have a working total if you guys wish to
Yeah.
possibly purchase armor, something, if you wish. Waterdeep.
Maybe a
is fantastic.
potion that increases my charisma by like a bunch.
This is not the Schluff campaign.
Sigh.
I'm still indifferent or undecided on right hand for quests. We'll see. But yeah, that way you have a total to know what you guys can spend if you choose to go to Waterdeep. So
252 more or less.
by about lunchtime, you guys finally get done with the pomp and circumstance of people thanking you, blah 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 blah. If I were there,
Oh God, I hate this so much being the center of attention. Please continue.
I kiss babies and wink and smile.
And they cry.
That's what to say. Yeah, most babies wouldn't be fond of you.
As charismatic as you are, the non-tiefling babies probably aren't
The
very
babies,
fond of
the
you.
babies run to her.
Which
I just
is
don't know.
I just imagine Josh looking creepy.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, babies don't really know what's creepy looking.
Except my son gets scared of a train, so not a real train, a little toy train. So random things do scare him.
But that's not because it's creepy looking. That's random.
They're more apt to get scared at the half elf bard or the paladin, wherever.
I don't know,
his
I-
class is.
they're
I
my
can-
same
I
race. Why would they be scared of me?
Yeah,
Hey.
I sing a lullaby and it works.
Yeah.
Actually, there's tons of races here.
I thought you said most of them were humanoid.
I kiss
Doesn't
them
mean
all on
there
the
aren't others.
forehead.
True.
I hug their
Humanoid
mothers.
is different from
I
human.
appreciate
Human,
all of the
sorry.
work that they've done. I tell them to keep up the good work because their children are happy.
Josh is really winning the crowd over here.
People love me.
I mean,
Can I say?
I'm just saying that IRL children like Josh. Even
IRL
though
children
he
do like Josh.
doesn't like
Apparently,
children
like
that
Josh
much.
too much.
That's
Even
the
though-
reason why children like Josh. It's the same reason why cats like people who don't like cats. It's because they're contrary little evil creatures. You know, that's,
Even though every adult I've been around has said in some form or another, you're either creepy or weird, and or both. Okay, that's fine. Your kid thinks I'm cool.
Your kid is what your taste
Yeah.
Alright, it is 9 o'clock. Do we need a
Potty break.
I'm going.
Yes,
Alright,
please.
we will be back in a few.
Uno momento.
after these messages. Let's play
And
Game
we're
Play
back.
Box.
Let's do some playing.
Can we fix the map so it takes up most of the space again?
Alright, so,
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you.
Aren't you special?
Surely
Um,
is the son of God.
Okay.
Actually, I get the cat would be over here with you. Anyway, so what do you guys want to do?
I think before I am.
We have the escort quest.
I think we should escort him to where he needs to go. Shall we?
I think we should head north towards wherever he has to go.
South.
Head over to the west, and then head south to Waterdeep.
But we go south all the way anyways.
No,
You have to go south to cut around.
Zoom in some.
Yeah, I thought we're here. Thought is to go north
No,
here.
we're not in Golden Fields, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So
Well,
head
you got-
north
You got quests
across.
to go.
And south.
Can you go up a tiny bit?
So over there.
No, no. Well,
You wanted to see
There.
everything, I thought.
No, no.
You weren't very
well.
specific.
Okay, so
There.
you're here. You
Yeah.
got a quest to go here.
Yep.
You got a quest to go here. You got a quest to go here. You got a quest to go.
I thought we were
that way.
further north already.
Then you
I
got a
apologize.
quest up here.
So north.
No,
north.
when Zephyros got whatever fit he was in, it was a 3-day walk from where you were to Fever, roughly speaking. So he zigzagged all over the place. It should have taken a day in the castle.
Which means that my instinct that we shouldn't have gotten on there was right.
It wasn't dangerous to you, but probably.
Well, I did get all the notes. We didn't lose any time.
I almost died.
Yeah, we had to lose the time to watch him nearly eaten by vultures. That was pretty fun. And then
Wait, who got bitten by the vultures? You did.
That was me.
Yeah, I didn't get bitten by the vultures.
well, you
I almost got killed by a dragon.
Vultures.
You did get killed.
You're like, I'm channeling my druid.
There's no almost about that.
They look cute.
Hey, what am I looking for?
The little cat that goes to this thing.
I don't think you can.
What are you looking for?
The little cat that goes to the fast track. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, so what was the consensus on what y'all wanted to do?
Well, we have the escort quest. We probably need to do that first.
Yeah.
Only because carting that guy around for the next 6 weeks is probably not really gonna be that exciting.
That's my thought. Plus,
I think.
I would like to
Unless
just
we're
drop
coming-
him off because I don't think we need extra people.
Shall
driving.
this
For what it's worth, too.
I don't trust anybody, so
Hey.
For what it's worth, too.
I'm coming around on this one.
Okay.
You know.
I'll have wings one day too. Glorious, glorious wings that we can share.
While this is close, there's no road.
So then we make
For what
cut
it's
to the
worth.
left first, and then head north.
Oh darn! We have to cut through the trackless wilderness. If only we had a character whose entire reason to Etra was to cut through. Oh hey, hi.
Oh hey.
Just saying.
So
As long as we
You're
travel in
saying-
an hour.
you're
that's
saying
not
it's better to
difficult
go to
Nothing
Armpit
is difficult
first
terrain.
and
Nothing
take the road
can't
up.
be lost by magic. You can't. We move stealthily at a normal pace. Natural Explorer is awesome.
What was the first
Right.
part of that?
As long once we've traveled for 1 hour together,
Let me
nothing is
read it.
difficult terrain.
Nothing or
When traveling an hour or more, your group isn't slowed by difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Your
It
group
is,
can't
but-
become lost by magic. You remain alert to danger while engaged in other activities. You can move stealthily at a normal pace if alone.
We turn into a band of elves from Lord of the Rings and flow through the forest.
note to self: ban rangers from now on.
Twice the food when foraging. When tracking, you know exact number and sizes of creatures and how long ago they passed.
How far is marked right?
Here.
Like 30 miles.
She points down the ground and there is an animal there already walking. The animal looks at her like, I'm walking here.
There's lizard poop right there.
The lizard's 3 feet away. She has a little creepy thing that they do where they reach down, they pinch it, they rub their fingers, they're like sniffing it. They're like, it's been 3 hours.
It's
It
about
ate berries before,
35 miles north, directly north from Golden Fields.
which is about 2 days, 3 days of walking.
Depends on the speeds. I can share this with you on there, but it is small text. So the traveling is mounted does not actually change traveling speed. They get tired too. Magic can in fact train them. Sometimes flying stuff does too.
But we don't care about terrain. How far can a person walk
Right. But let me
Yeah.
finish. So mounting it's easier on the person. It's not necessarily faster. The fine steed is still a creature. Phantom steed actually though it doesn't tire. And of course flying changes what I'm about to tell you as well. If you're on something that can fly, the difficult terrain thing is in fact actually awesome. It means I don't even have to care about that. That actually helps me, believe it or not.
You're welcome.
A fast pace is 30 miles in an 8-hour day. Of course, you can do more than that, but you suffer exhaustion and that sort of stuff. You do have a -5 to passive perception when moving at a fast pace. Does your thing
Fully aware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're a day and some change from the place.
Let's do it.
Assuming that even though we ignore difficult terrain, there's still like we can't ignore the fact that there's a 500-foot tall cliff running
There's
that
a
way.
river also.
Yeah.
Now it's not going to be flowing in our direction though. Drats.
But we have
Unless this is one of those strange rivers that flow inwards, not away from not towards the ocean.
the alert to danger does not take away the -5 to passive perception.
Okay.
While you're foraging, you can't become you're still alert to danger. You're still paying attention. So it does help when you're hungry, but it doesn't change the passive perception.
I'm for sure all of us can carry 2 days worth of food.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm fine.
If you're traveling alone, you can move stealthily at normal pace. That does not apply to the group.
Right, but she does.
But it's
Only alone. She's not alone.
right.
Does it say alone or does it say when traveling with the party?
You can move stealthily at a normal pace if alone.
Okay.
But difficult terrain does work for the whole group.
But I also have.
Hey, don't step
expertise in
there!
stealth,
No, I
so-
said don't. Dang it, Landis, don't step there. Because you're married to her. I don't know. But no, that
Never
is
fixing
actually
your
awesome.
computer again.
Do what?
Never fixing your computer again.
Do I need to give you a hug? I'm sorry, buddy.
I should get extra rolls.
I gave
for
you a
that.
fancy javelin. What are you talking about? Actually, that was planned before you did it.
Uh-huh.
It was. But no, that is actually awesome. I really do actually like the difficult terrain. It does make my life easier. But yeah, 30 miles a day. You can get there in one day if you want to suffer exhaustion, which will go away at the end of long rest, blah, blah,
Day and a half.
blah.
2 days is fine.
Normal pace is 24 miles in an 8-hour day. No boosts, no nerf.
Okay, so we'll just do it in a day and a half using 24 miles a day. Sweet.
Right. Slow pace is 18 miles a day and you can be sneaky. So you are able to stealth.
So that would take 2 full days. Nah, I don't really care about my shot.
Again, mounted doesn't change that. I do also need a marching order from you guys. You guys need to establish that anytime we go marching. If it's always the same, tell me what it is and we'll just assume that's
What was the
it is.
fast pace real quick?
30 miles.
30 miles?
I don't know.
30, 24, 18.
I will bring up the
NPD.
rear.
As much as I want to leave you back there by yourself, so if we get ambushed from a rear, I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, I am going to vote for the ranger in the front as the pathfinder.
Yep.
And you can do the whole ring thing, single file, that's up to you guys. I just need to know.
Of course, we'll have Davo beside me, so.
I want to be up front too.
I'll stay towards the back.
So are we going to do a front and back or are we going to do front, middle, back?
I'll be in the middle.
I think we're doing an I shape. We've got people in the front, we've got people in the back, and one in the middle. Like,
Well, 2 because we have our escortee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Wait. Alright, so the front is, what would we say?
And he's pretty good range, so.
The,
Landis and Mallory.
The
Gosh,
Offie.
you used the right names. The Offie.
I was in Color Kailani, but I'm like, there's 2 people with very similar names, and it makes me confused.
Every time I go to type in, like, it's THE. Mother, there's 2.
Alright, we said like a middle rank is Dot and NPC and
Chevron or whatever his name is.
Chevron?
Shut a gas station. Was Landis, no, sorry, Ariana.
I'm in both the front and the back.
You are pretty fat.
You do
And Pyro back there.
Wow!
What?
Jeez.
We're getting into some Weird Al Yankovic song levels here.
On the way, I want to discuss with Ariana how people in the group have been judging me Casting judgment. On
Every few minutes that you're talking, it's like, because you deserve it.
How many people are between me and him?
None.
A lightning bolt.
None.
Or-
None. None.
Two.
No. None. With my intelligence, I measure the distance between Landis.
Find 5 foot path. That's not.
I measure the distance between Landis and Peropolis, and I make sure that I am never standing in that space ever. And this was before he had a Zeus's lightning bolt over there.
Alright, so we are wanting to go to Bard's Right in
First, yeah.
First.
Alright.
Is that what we do?
Get rid of that.
Is there any, before we depart, is there any steeds that they have at Golden Fields that they would?
Or do you need to call clearance?
They are, but if you tell them that you're going due north, they're not going to let you.
Yeah, it's
carry
kind
them
of
across
difficult to,
We still have the horses in the water. When we get to the river, they'll float back down. It's fine. And the ranger's like, "Are you insane? They're horses. That's how they work, right? Look, I grew up in a city. I don't know.
Put them in some barrels.
Like, if you want to understand how the sewers work, I can explain that to you. But horses, that's just weird."
I can't wait to find Greater Steed and I can summon a Pegasus. That's all I gotta say.
Alright, so anything else you guys want to do here in Golden Field?
Restock on basic supplies,
Such as?
food,
Okay.
Can we get
Water.
any potions?
inclement weather gear,
Potions.
Potions. Okay.
i.e., I get a parasol.
I write a
So you Princess Peach there?
I write a
Mary
memoir,
Poppins, y'all.
about the
Is he
Phoenix
cool?
and the
Yeah,
Phoenix
he's cool.
will, and I give that to what's her face.
Sorry, say that again.
I write a memoir about the Phoenix and the Phoenix's will for my heir when he gets older, and I give that to what's her face.
Wait, is this a different girl? What's
No,
her face?
it's the same girl.
Josh, roll me a D100.
All right, sweet.
You have a very slim chance, but sure.
And I, assuming that she probably got something, go and cast
Cure disease.
lesser restoration to remove
Wait,
one
is it
disease or one
medicine?
condition.
Pregnancy's a condition, right? Evil spawn. Evil spawn.
Wasn't within the range that I was. I mean, you don't have a way of knowing this
Yeah.
ever, but metagaming. Not within the range of actually getting pregnant. So came up with that.
Oh.
Close. That was like 90 or above is what I was going for.
Mm.
But sure, you are more than welcome to cure her of any potential STD she may
Yeah,
have.
I am seriously gonna go ahead and cast lesser restoration and burn a 2nd level slot.
Mark it down.
I still leave her
Oh wait, I
a
need
memento
to refresh these real quick.
and the memoir.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know.
Right, but what's her face?
He
We'll
knows.
assume her name is
He knows.
Rachel, or something.
No, don't use my wife's name
Not that.
for your coordinates. Come on, man.
Rachel was the first name that popped in my head that wasn't.
That
in the
would
room.
be disturbing to me.
I
Just
wish Stefan a fond farewell.
Did she had a name at some point. I feel like I wrote it down.
Yeah, she
We came up with one. Yeah.
It was like something.
it was like something.
Yeah, and as I'm leaving, I have my hand resting my mask.
Seriously, you've seen Veronica.
Brian.
Veronica, yeah, that's.
I go up to Veronica and say, "I'm so sorry for whatever you've had to
I'm sure you've been more than well compensated
And
for
I-
whatever.
Again, cast lesser restoration on her.
Hey, she was not a prostitute.
I'm sorry.
I'm
So
Pyro
sorry.
don't pay. Pyro gets it for free.
What?
I didn't say that she paid. I just feel sorry for whatever she had to go through.
That's funny. Alright, as far as potions, sure, you get food, rations, stuff, you're good on that. As far as potions, they managed to scrap together 3 potions of greater gift.
Alright.
Way.
Those are 4d4 plus 4 of healing. when you drink.
44 plus 4, and I think we still have. Dot used 1 potion of healing, then 2d4 plus 2. Ariana had 1, and I still have 1 in my. And then so we got 3 greater.
Yeah.
The good ones.
Now it's 44 plus 4.
Mm-hmm. They're double healing potions, basically.
So do you guys want me to hold it, or do we need to pass them out first?
You hold on to it. It's easy to keep the food all with one person.
Okay, so
Scared away
basic
by
supplies, we
gifting
said
them.
potions. What else did we ask for?
Is that all they gave us, or is there some more to purchase?
That's all. They're willing to give that to you for free. What else are you looking for?
I mean, if we need anything else, we can.
I would like some writing utensils and paper to write on.
My dearest Veronica,
Oh, no,
it seems
not
like
really.
a fortnight since last I saw you. I hope that the red itching has subsided since I've left.
Wow. All right. Wow.
Take that as a sign of the blessing of the Phoenix.
Wow. All right. So back to the shopping. What else?
He's leaving the thing for the potential kid. He's
I'm
ghosting
leaving
her.
I'm leaving the memoir for the child. I am writing another memoir for
the next
heir. That, I mean, in the next town. We're going to another town. I mean,
Josh is just gonna have this whole like Gideon Bible array of books left all over the place.
Wow.
how do you make followers?
Alright, anyways, were we looking for
Gideon's
anything in
calling the
particular,
horrors.
Alex?
Huh?
Were we looking for anything in particular?
No, I was just curious if that was the only potions that they had in town, or if that's what they gave us.
As far as potions, it's probably the only potions.
Okay. Is there like a key, like a store that has equipment and stuff that we could talk to?
Awesome. What do you look for?
Is
I have to know that.
Basically,
Yeah.
is there any non-magical gear that you want for what we're going to be doing, which is
Yeah.
traveling north, crossing a river once?
Climbing gear.
Climbing, that's cute.
Yeah. Remember that when your little puppy has to get up a cliff.
In preparation for traveling,
College.
Pyro removes his
pretty good at that
leather
kind of stuff.
jacket and just walks bare chested.
He's proficient in acrobatics and athletics.
Dare I ask what type of animal skin the leather is made from?
You assume it's made out of an animal.
So then
Once the
you're-
intelligence
He
gets
keeps
high
his
enough.
gloves on because, you know,
The
like
burn.
the burns, the scars. But
It
Is
costs
it-
about 25 gold pieces for a climber's kit. They'll give you one. Like, again, just thank you for saving our town. But they cost 25 gold pieces each.
Does
And
anyone
it's-
else need climbing gear?
and it's wrong to turn people into leather. Duh.
Anyone else?
I mean, you've got plenty of rope if the situation ever occurs.
Let's
One person climbs
be
up high
clear.
rope
I'm walking barefoot and in a dress through the wilderness with a parasol.
So that's a no.
I'm good.
Okay, just checking. And you can fly.
Uh-huh.
You want climbing gear.
Yes.
I want climbing gear.
I would like
You'll
climbing
set it
gear.
on fire.
I would like climbing gear.
Okay, so we're
I
buying
climb.
3 sets of climbing gear.
We get one for free.
We climb.
Well, I appreciate their offer, but I'm going to go ahead and decline and go ahead and just pay. Wait, how much is it?
25 gold per.
I'm stealing your 50.
You're stealing
I
my,
know.
my gold.
You're actively refusing their generosity.
Stealing from a thief, eh?
It's just they've given us
Good
so
luck.
much already. I just figured.
I can't accept any like I'm a paladin. I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
ascetic. I mean,
Roll initiative.
What?
They're gonna stab you. That's rude. You don't turn down.
I'm okay with them.
You don't
Okay,
stab
fine,
people
fine,
who save
fine.
you either.
Minus.
Wow.
We have 2,202 gold now.
now we need to find 20 gold.
If you're
somewhere.
adamant, they'll take the answer, but they want
Nope.
to give you the one.
No, it's fine.
I am willing to take someone's generosity because it's rude not to. It's wrong not to.
It's also wrong to take from someone who's in suffering.
They're not
They're
suffering
not
anymore.
suffering.
You killed
They're
all the
totally
Japanese.
fine. We took care of the suffering.
How many have died?
A lot.
Exactly. And I know one specific guy who was murdered.
You
But-
don't know that.
Anything else you're looking for?
Um,
I'm
Holy
just trying
water.
to give you ample opportunity to get anything you want to.
Holy water.
Water?
can do I can actually prepare that spell. I think. Can't I?
Yeah, but it takes like a long time.
Hey, open it.
Purified.
I know what I'm looking
No,
for.
it's
Blood
literally a
of an
spell
infant.
called
Purified.
holy water.
Yeah.
Great holy water.
We're gonna need the blood of an infant.
25 gold pieces of flask.
No. Okay.
But they have 2 flasks on there. Well, wait.
Can I buy both of those?
They have 6 flasks on there. I'm gonna do random. I might as well do random, right?
So
Holy
Arbitron is
water.
spoken.
Are we buying?
I just had a. Actually, let me ask a question.
Mhm.
It was one of these spells.
But not one of those spells.
Which one was it? Alright, so this says that the material components for this spell, holy water, or powdered silver and iron worth at least 100 gold pieces. So it's the silver and iron that has to be
Yes.
100 gold pieces. The holy water doesn't have to be.
Yep, great. So a vial of holy water lets you cast the spell once.
What spell is that?
Magic circle.
Because either you pour the water in a circle around in order to
So,
ward off an area.
and
or
you
these
said it was 25 apiece?
Mhm.
And there were 6 of them?
that would be 150 if you bought all of them.
Can we do that?
I mean, we could,
Yeah, I don't care what you do.
we'd be at 2,070 gold pieces.
150 gold for 6 vials of water.
Of
Haggle
special
with them
water.
It's a holy water, you paladin.
Yeah, I understand it's holy water, but
He's like, I can make holy water anytime I want.
Yeah, I mean,
At
I'm
any
at
point.
120.
Pissing into a flask doesn't count as holy water.
When it's me, it's holy. Can we haggle it down to 120?
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion 14. Wait, 15.
I need to burn all of my new dice, but sure.
Woohoo!
120.
You were like, I will not take your generosity, but I'm going to skin you for every bit I can.
Wait, did you just haggle them down the same amount that they're going to give you for free?
No,
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 just-
more.
What? What just
After
happened?
you leave, this lady's just gonna be like,
Wait, what just
wait,
happened?
what? Curse the stupid human in the group of misfits. What in the world?
Are you
Hey.
taking all the holy water?
I
No,
mean-
no.
Does anyone else have? I mean, does anyone want to have a throwing weapon to throw at undead?
I got a lightning bolt.
Oh no, that's the other use of holy water. You can throw it at undead for.
I mean, I don't. It can.
What if you drink?
I'm just gonna sew a
Things will
bandolier
burst into
to
flames.
go across your
Everyone
back.
else should be okay.
You just put the vials of holy water in that where you can use them if you need them, but I can just come behind you, take one, and throw it if necessary.
I can have them and dip the arrows in it.
How many arrows would you be able to treat with holy water?
Shoot undead with?
Yeah. How big were these?
Well, holy water's about yay big.
Was it a vial?
It's a 1 pound vial.
Okay.
Each flask weighs a pound.
That's because they're made like out of old school glass.
Yeah. You can
You have a mason jar full of holy water, basically.
The description for holy water itself says, as an action, you can splash the contents of this flask onto a creature within 5 feet of you, or throw it up to 20 feet, shattering it on impact. In either case, make a ranged attack against the creature. Treating holy water as an improvised weapon. If the target is fiend or undead, it does take 2d6 radiant damage. You want to coat arrows in this?
Yeah. Would it be efficient?
Dip the arrowheads in it.
I don't know the ruling I'll make now. I can look up some stuff later, but
I mean, we don't.
3 arrows a bottle, and it's 1d6 radiant damage per.
It's a possibility. It's all I'm saying.
I can look more to that, but that's
And it probably have to be all at once because the bottles are like
Yeah.
sealed a lot, and then
Yeah.
it's used
And
right
I'm
with
assuming
seal.
it only lasts for so long.
Oh wait, Pablo does want something. He wants eyeliner.
sure.
Cole is what you want. K-H-O-L.
He gets Veronica's eyeliner and yeah.
All right. Unless there's anything else,
The bard begins singing "You're So Vain."
as you leave the shop, are you guys all
Oh,
together?
she's thinking about me.
I'm assuming. I shouldn't say.
And are there any diamonds anywhere in town?
Any diamonds?
I'd like to have.
Or any gems that were worth 300 gold. Is that
Well,
what it is? Or do you need-
Revivi has to be diamonds. It doesn't have to be 300, just diamonds worth 300 gold pieces.
I need
diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
You can purchase. It will cost how much is it? 300.
300.
It'll cost 300 gold pieces. I'll sell it to you at face value.
Mhm.
You can find enough for one cast.
Face value. Is it the same person we bought all this other stuff from?
No, that'll be a different person.
Yeah, no.
Face value. We just saved your town. Can't you give us a little here? 275. Come on.
Make a persuasion check.
I want to not help him, like do the opposite
14.
of helping him.
Do you want to argue that no, please don't let us?
No, I just want to like distract the person where they're not fully convinced.
He wants to help the person.
I want to help the person,
the other person.
the shopkeeper.
You give them advantage
Give
on their
them
check
advantage
against
on their check.
Roll a d6.
All right.
So, you want us to spend more money. Brilliant.
You don't see what he's doing?
3.
And what did you roll, Alex?
14.
I rolled. Seriously, dice gel, please.
What'd you roll?
7. Even with the minus whatever. Yeah.
The new ultimate sales tactic. He begins speaking about the Phoenix. About how the Phoenix believes that all things have fair value and come again, and the guy's like, "What the hell is he talking about?" And Landis is like, "I'm good. I mean, hey, wait, we need this just in case somebody, die. Like, look at her. Look at the poor priestess. She's so concerned with someone dying that she's trying to make sure that we're ready to defend you later."
There you go. I got
Alright.
you a 300 gold diamond for 275. Let me do all the shopping, guys.
If only you had this last night and could have cast it on Orin.
Oh.
That
In
you
honor of Orin.
That you lit die.
Shit, I could have cast it
I
on
was
last.
nowhere nearby. It was the tree. Bet you the tree still.
At
kicking
a certain
that
point,
Orin
I believe
from
the spell does require you to have a complete body in order to work. I don't think he had a complete body anymore.
Actually, that's probably true.
I wasn't joking when I said Leafalus had like
him.
goo and red mist.
He did not feel very good after that. That's for sure.
Orin said, "I got it.
I'm it. Anything else? Going once. Going twice. And so on. Are you guys all together during all of this? Are you guys separate somehow?
It's a giant kindergarten.
I'm multing.
You three are already there, but I guess where are Dot and...
Except for my interactions with what's her face, I am all there.
What about you two? Dot? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so as you're leaving, you guys actually get approached by a few more people.
Oh, good.
These
Sorry, quest log is full.
You must be running version 3. I got 25 quests in my log.
An agent of the Harpers and an agent of the Emerald Enclave are approaching you, and they both want to offer any of you
Membership in your glorious fraternal organizations.
yeah. Martin can give a longer explanation later, but the Harpers like to kind of
They're about
guide the
freedom.
world through knowledge and
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. And
They're
Emerald-
like chaotic good, basically. They're about freedom and fighting evil and making sure that people live good lives.
that sort of
But
stuff.
they don't really care if you live in a city or out in the woods, or you should be able to do your own thing just as long as you're not hurting other people.
Right. And they tend to be spies and that kind of stuff, but not they're
And
not
bards.
they're not evil. Yeah, they're not evil like the
Zentarum.
The Emerald Enclave are just giant groups of hippies. No,
Hey.
Rangers, druids, certain barbarians, and
some warriors and stuff, but it's just anyone who reveres nature and the natural order.
yeah, like this place is a stronghold
Yeah,
of the
it's
Emerald
a lot of
Enclave,
meat.
but the Harpers are
You
bringing
can
a
eat
lot of meat.
mushrooms
I'm
too.
already a Emerald Enclave.
Oh, you
Those
are.
are natural.
I know you're in the Enclave. You're in the Order of the Gauntlet. But if anyone else wishes to join, and you guys can still be honorary members if you wish of the other one. But does anyone wish to join the Harpers of the Emerald Enclave?
Oh no, those guys sound like goody two shoes.
Is there any enrollment bonus that we get?
Oh my gosh, no.
Trying to recoup some of this gold someone
I
spent
mean,
a bunch of money
maybe
on.
potential help later down the road.
We have her?
Mm.
Except for the Harpers. You part of the Harpers?
With those guys.
The answer to that question is, of course, always no.
The answer to that question is always no.
Are you a member of the Harpers? What are the Harpers?
What?
Oh, I see what you're
I know
doing
what a harp
there.
is.
Eh.
I can play the harp. I pull out a harp and begin playing it. It's like I am a harper.
But the word for that is harpist.
Yeah. Oh, I harp on things. That makes me a harper.
Sorry.
But at least outside of character, do you want to join the Harpers?
We
Appreciate the offer, but
Alright, so I just wanted to do that. Alright. Y'all leaving up today? You waiting another day to
If it's early enough in the day,
Okay.
yeah, because well,
let's get started.
yeah, what
You
round?
can't
what
bet
time
the
is
gate.
it?
No.
Well, lunchtime after all that.
That's right. You said lunch earlier.
And we said,
Which
about a day and a half.
tomorrow night if you're down.
Yeah, that's what it say.
Camp out among the stars.
There's a wide world and there's power to gain.
I will say Shavis is still acting a little shook up. Like really, we're not gonna follow the road. Okay.
Is there anything that we should know on the
The
path
ambush that
we
he
are
had
going
planned
ahead?
for us isn't going to work. That's what we know.
I want to ask him about his boss that we're apparently taking him back to.
What do you want to ask about?
Like what he does for him, like who this guy is, just.
So, are we talking about trade cartel, evil overlords? What we're looking at here?
Well, money.
Does he pay
laundering.
you well? I don't know. That's the thing.
I'm looking for a change in lifestyle. Does your boss pay well?
Make persuasion check.
Are we still in town? Or
Yeah,
are we
yeah,
going?
we're still
Okay.
I'm at the gate waiting. Looking around like, where did everybody go?
Which gate?
The gate that leads north. Probably
Persuasion.
auspiciously called the
9.
North Gate.
No, wait.
8.
6. I read perception. That's the wrong skill.
He just kind of does odds and ends for the guy.
I'm a gopher. He says go for this, and I go yes. Sir.
Okay, well, that's a vague answer, which makes me insight check,
Okay.
which I'm better at, hopefully.
Are you?
Actually,
Are you really?
I can't get worse because I have a +6 to this.
Do
10.
What?
it.
10 total.
10.
Wow.
Well, no, I mean,
He's completely sincere.
I
He's not
believe him that he
lying.
does odds and ends. I was trying to see if he was
Am I the
hiding
right?
his intention. Like, I don't know.
I guess I can pull a Sarah tonight and have a minion for the next 16 games. And maybe
I could cast friends on him.
I assume
and I
you
would
do.
have advantage on charisma checks.
I assume you know about Alex. But I mean, as far as that goes,
I'm just
it's
trying
one of
to
those
think.
that it's probably just not. You're probably thinking it's just not glamour stuff. Like he probably cleans toilets and that sort of stuff on the side with
He's a
random fetch quests that he has to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sort of impression you get.
Okay.
And he's still shook up, so he's not fully being taught.
Do you like your boss?
He's nice enough. I mean, he's usually good.
He's like fair, pays well, that type of thing.
Yeah, I can say that.
Hey, if there's anything that we can do to help you get in good with your boss, we're more than happy to do it.
I
Really?
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is there anything we should be
This guy's
or we
trustworthy.
should know about if we do head north through by the river that we need to know about?
I'm just
that
not.
you know of?
I'm just not used to not traveling on the road. I've also not really accompanied capable fighters before.
So which route would you take?
Well, the road down south, the Waterdeep, and then you can go all the way up to Amful. If you're just really wanting to walk through fields, you can cut off over then. That way you don't have to walk through some forest. But I'm a fan of going all the way back up to Red Lark and then back down. But also, I kind of have side pieces in each of those towns too, so that might be part of why I like that route.
Yes. Someone in every harbor. I approve, young man.
So he wants us to go down to Waterdeep,
All
the way up to that where it says.
Amphale, where we were going anyway.
No. He wants us to go
Aston.
all the way up to Red Lark, which is at the top middle of the map, and then back down.
Yes, but through Amphale,
Yes.
where we were going anyway.
Yeah, that's just what he assumed you would do. He's not telling you to do that. In fact,
Because
take
that's
the
I
long
will pay
road.
you 10 gold per day, and at that rate it will take 3 weeks to get there. That's a lot of money.
I have
We're
no
like,
intention of doing that.
like, we have places to
Personally, I don't
go.
trust any longer than I have to.
It sounds like that's what Matt assumed we would do.
I've had to do this for the past 2 weeks.
have to do what?
So. Sorry. It's a side conversation we're having.
Oh.
She was like, I don't
In
want to spend
character.
any additional time around people that I don't trust. And I said, well, I've had to do this for the past 2 weeks.
No, you guys do what you want. I'm not trying to railroad you. I'm
No,
trying
that's
to
what
just
we're gonna do.
do this guy.
Let's do it. Maybe there's a potential heir of the Phoenix in that town.
Wait, what is? You said that's what we're gonna do. Just go.
We're going north.
Straight north,
We're heading north.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Up.
through the woods,
Okay.
over
Oh,
the
that's
river,
whatever.
and through the woods.
Alright, so we're gonna go through the woods and then over the river and then up a mountain. But that's
The grandmother's house.
it's not quite as catchy.
You do guys. You are given a not a full like barrel, but as one last parting gift, they do give you Myros. Actually, gives you a cask of the. And again, sorry about names, but whatever the
Golden
thing-
Gulp.
That,
Golden Gulp.
that.
I remember ale.
I was
That
like,
was the best part of this town.
Yeah.
He gives you a cask of that. That would easily fit inside the bag of holding if you wish.
It all depends. If Pyrus is going to be talking about the Phoenix the whole time, it'll be underneath my arm the entire time.
That's fine.
Oh, God.
Using it as a beer helmet.
Okay. So you guys.
Ariana's not sure if she's old enough to drink because
It'll put hair on your chest. Oh, too late.
I mean, she ages faster than like her family than halflings, but halflings aren't of age until like 50, and she's only 18. So
My suggestion, stay away from him.
Wow. Alright.
You've reached childbearing age. Well, Propolis is like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, babe.
Propolis likes a little less hair.
That's racist.
It is, but hey.
Everyone's beautiful.
Everyone's
Unless they're
a little-
killing people, in which
everyone's a
case
little
that's not
racist.
cool.
That reminds me of some song Sarah sent me about everyone's a little racist. Anyway, what was I saying? All right, so
We're heading out.
It's about noon. You guys head out. I think there was only exits on like the south, like the picture was tilted.
We go through the ominously named North Gate.
Yeah.
Which leads to the north.
So you guys head out there, and you're rolling through. Right around here, there are like the little mountains to the south that where you,
Right around where?
like the dripping. Oh, sorry. So to the southeast on that map, there is some mountains behind you, ahead of you. You can see a little bit more if you zoom in. There's not a whole lot of detail, but there is a river you'll have to cross depending on where you want to cross it. Depending on where you go, there's two you have to cross, but it just works for me. But you guys can probably get to the other side of that first river at the end, before the end of the day. I don't know, it's half day, 15. You'll have to camp on this side, the south side of the.
we'll cross in the morning.
Yeah, you'll cross.
first thing in the morning when all the animals are hunting us.
Well,
I mean,
check the river's conditions and then
So
rest
Stay
for
at
the
Fort
night and
Bennett.
then exactly caulk the wagons and float.
but you guys can get there. It's actually really pretty around here because this is still. There are for the first hour of the journey, there are still roads, paths more than roads, because this is still farmland for Goldenfields. All of the farmland wasn't inside that giant temple kind of thing. But you finally get past that, and it is just like rolling grassy plains. It's actually really pretty for those that are that like nature. And you get to the end, or as the day goes on, birds are chirping. Yeah, you probably have a really fun time just listening to nature and the birds.
Frolicking
and
in the grass.
Yeah.
it's slightly disturbing when she skips because she like flutters her wings when she skips. And it's like 20 or 30
So I
foot
hover
long.
a bit.
Yes,
Does Fluffy do the
Falafel.
falafel.
wow, I'm so bad at names.
That are
Does the
What?
Yappy actually do that? Because that would be kind of cool.
I will allow it.
Ariana's gonna skip too, but she doesn't have wings, so it's not as cool.
Not
But still in like in
She's
chainmail,
skipping,
like
she's skipping in her heavy armor.
yes. You know, all 400 plus whatever the chainmail
Yeah.
weighs pounds of her.
I use the percussion to sing while we're traveling because if I'm gonna have the one man band behind us, it's just like
55 pounds.
with all
There you
this
go.
stuff. Then I guess Landis starts joining in with the skipping.
I remember at first broods a little bit, but then he likes the skipping and the singing, and begins to sing up a tune that he knows in Abysmal. Abysmal, yeah, a love song.
I'm gonna,
That song's abysmal. That joke was stupid.
we learned to expect
I'm gonna-
nothing more of you.
well, whenever we stop for the night, I'll offer to braid Theophany and Dot's hair.
Sweet.
Landis has hair.
Well, beard, but I mean,
No, he's got hair.
He's got hair.
I didn't make him bald. Or did
Yeah,
I?
well,
I thought
no,
you-
not bald, but he didn't have long hair.
I thought you just used Chickly.
I originally did, but then I changed him. His picture has brown hair.
Yeah, I thought you had hair, but I thought it was shorter.
I would, if he asked, I wouldn't offer to braid his.
Because that would be sexist.
That's racist.
Would it be sexist to not offer?
I mean, you know, he's kind of slightly feminine compared to her, but okay, I guess.
That's racist.
How's that racist?
Okay. You weigh 400 pounds. He weighs about 240. I'm just saying.
Whoa. 220, man.
Okay.
Is that what I put?
That's what I remember.
That's still 200 pounds less.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks
That's 20
like
pounds matter there.
Yeah, he looks like a stripling teenager next to you. That's all I'm saying. Is
But yeah, it's a nice, enjoyable,
Foot shorter than
half a day
Oh.
ride. You guys get about 10 to 15 miles in. Pretty uneventful besides the skipping.
you're
As
totally Disney princess in you. That's all I'm saying.
Wait. I look back. Okay, there's not a trail of fire. We're good. Keep going.
Look back, see the smoke on the horizon, and you're like,
Damn it.
follow us.
So as you guys are frolicking, you guys get so close to where the bank, so to speak, of the river is. And there's actually a group of like 11 bandits there. But they've been watching your progress. And
No stealth was had at all.
they're...
Was I aware of them before we got there?
How would you have been aware?
We didn't do any
I didn't do it.
checks or anything. We just
But it doesn't. I'm just.
it's like idiots.
Primeval awareness has to take a minute of concentration.
And also,
But I remain alert to danger while engaged in other activities, like frolicking.
I didn't say anything about danger. I got interrupted before I finished. But normally they try to either extract a toll or just flat out kill people, but they're a little worried at this point. There's a tiefling kind of hovering off the ground, another tiefling
singing
looks
some
weird.
sort of song that involves a lot of consonants and the sounds
Yeah.
of screaming.
some evil. There's a bugbear. There's a half. There's what they're just assuming is a prisoner.
Two prisoners. We have two prisoners this time.
Yeah, because
Yeah, we do have the NPC
Chavez
Oh
is
yeah,
with us.
yeah. Because they're not exactly sure what you are with the mask and everything.
Yeah.
I assume you're wearing it.
No, I don't wear the mask
Okay.
on normal occasions. I just have it on my belt.
Okay. So they were going to.
So 3 prisoners then?
kind of. They were the pointy ears though. They
I may be polymorphed and just pour at it.
they're like, the hell is wrong with what?
Greetings and well met, friendly strangers.
But are you guys a group?
I'm not a prisoner, but just
We
You
do
must get that
travel
a lot.
together and go on adventuring quests.
You must get the prisoner thing alive. That's just your first.
you have no idea.
I approach them shirtless.
So is this like
They all vomit on the ground.
they're like we'll just move down there.
You guys go right ahead. You know what? Oh man, what's this?
In fact, just have the boar that's roasting.
Ill matter looks poorly upon those who prey upon the truly downtrodden, and you guys are all touched. Please move along.
In fact, there's a boar roasting. Just take it. It's
I'm
So-
so
Rip the
sorry.
case off and skip it along again.
so now you have a campsite complete with fire, boar roasting. They do just leave. They offer you if you
I'll say ill matter's blessings upon you.
if you do stop and do your primeval awareness thing. They don't move more than 5 miles away, but they are stationary. There, as far as you're aware.
You said how many of them were there?
How many did I say? I rolled
11.
I think it was 11.
It was a nice prime number. I enjoyed it.
Did you use
And
your
they clearly
pride?
look like bandits. They clearly look like mostly human bandits. There's another like a halfling among them too, but they're just like, I don't even want to deal with these guys.
They're okay. So
I give one a hug of appreciation.
See, here's the thing: is the way you describe yourself is you have leather armor, and you're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna take my leather shirt off, so I'm just walking around in the woods with leather like chaps." It's like, "Hey, boys, you need a hug." That's how I'm picturing this interpreting.
Josh,
and you're red and you have horns. I'm just saying.
I like to show off my red chest. It's cool.
have any of the rest of you seen Seven Deadly Sins, the anime?
Yes, I've seen
Yes, he is definitely lust.
Bond. You're Bond.
Yeah.
You're just with black instead of the pink.
Yeah, and you're like, he randomly doesn't have a shirt. And
There's that too.
I don't think it's random. He just doesn't have a shirt.
No. Sometimes he
No,
does.
like,
and then
yeah, he
after
totally,
fighting,
like,
he gets
has
cut in half,
has
and
a
he doesn't have
shirt
a shirt.
in one shot, and then the next shot, it's like, where's your shirt? I don't know.
Well, a lot of times
What
they
are
get
you
cut off.
talking about? Where's your shirt? Oh,
Actually,
what?
that may have been a joke in there once. But yeah, so they're gone off to the side. You've got a little campsite.
Yeah.
So we.
I say it's time to get comfortable and put my leather jacket back on.
That sounds the opposite
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, I'm still just wearing the
It's
the
chilly
dress.
without the jacket on it. Now,
Yeah. My,
you gotta show off the
my
abs.
nipples
But
get cold.
Little cups on him just to keep him warm. That's it. That's what he wears.
Anything in particular you guys want to do?
Not see that.
Brady shows here.
Erase the last 30 seconds of this conversation.
Hey, where's that ultra memory spell? Don't birds get that?
It's part of my cheerful nature that I take any of those things. I just kind of rewrite my own memories as time goes on.
That's what the cask of ale's for.
Rewriting memories.
Well, the cask of ale mainly just kind of overwrites them, like blurs them out, not so much rewrites them.
It's good enough. Is there position-wise? You said we're by the banks.
Yeah.
make it go where, like,
Defensible-wise, is it
why?
something that we need to be?
So
Like, how is it easily defensible? Is it something that, like,
So-
are we on the higher parts of the banks, or we're lower?
and this-
campsite's kind of this side is a little bit higher than the other side of the bank. I mean, there's no
We have
natural
high ground.
cover, not really. I mean, it is. This part of it is kind of a rolling, grassy plain.
Would the ranger know general threats in this area? Like what kind? Like are crocodiles and alligators and water moccasins an issue in this part of the world?
No. When you did your primeval awareness, besides the bandits, you guys are pretty much alone. There might be one lone farmer at the very reach of what you know, tending some crops, possibly.
I don't know very much about this area, but I got a 10 on a nature check to be like, what are the things that can kill us and eat us in this area? Mainly, how close to the water is it safe to be?
This is a city person assuming that there are snakes and crocodiles in every river.
Yes.
If this is Florida, yes.
Yeah, but we're not in a tropical area. I'm just saying, it's like, you know,
You're being safe. You're being
there's
cautious.
animals that could be around here, and then there's like monsters that could be around here, and they don't have to be people. You know, I mean, we already ran into the people monsters, so they're like, no,
Right.
no. God frowns on that.
We're not
good.
dealing. We're
We're
not
good.
dealing with this.
But it looked like is this a steady camp for them, or is this kind of like something that they just set up to do?
It looks like something they probably just set up. They did look like they were marauding. Was that the right word? Roving bandits, just preying on people they could.
Reavers.
I'm just tired of them.
A roving group of Tom
They were just
robots.
headed to that to the road to try to.
Are we
prey
doing
on
West Side
people.
Story?
No other of your favorite enemies are around. Theafi. Dot your nature check.
It's just basic knowledge, nothing special or spectacular.
There might be a crocodile or two, but this particular part, the river is actually it's dark, so it's hard to tell too much of this. But with the torch, water's actually nice and clear. It looks really good for drinking. It's a little chilly,
Pre-industrial water.
but
What did you just say? Nothing.
but yeah, good for drinking, bathing if you want to go downstream a little bit. And I'm calling downstream to the. Actually, I guess it's probably wrong, but to the bigger part where it gets into the other rivers.
Towards the Golden Fells.
Yeah. So a good part if you wanted to bathe or drink or what have you. And you do
I draw the
notice-
line at frolicking while we're adventuring in water. I mean, I'll go through water if necessary, but that's for when we're not adventuring.
You guys will have to get wet to go across, but it's actually not that deep.
Sources.
I mean, Ariana is like your kneecaps, but everyone else is probably waist-ish.
I gotta remove the leather pants.
I'm going nowhere near him now.
I put them back on afterwards after I dry off.
He sets himself on fire, dries off, and puts his pants
Yeah,
back.
I was gonna say, all you do is you just not.
Actually, everyone probably just walks behind him as fire now. But no, so long sleeping.
Yeah, I
Establishing a
before
watch
sleeping.
order.
Before sleeping, I continue writing in my memento
Okay.
in prep for the air.
Well, and remember that during a long rest, you don't necessarily have to be
Yeah.
sleeping as long as you're not doing anything
I
strenuous.
think non-elves have to sleep 6 hours of the 8.
Yeah.
And the elves, I think, it's only 4 for the trance thingy.
But I need to get it ready for the
Yeah.
next air.
But you can totally do that as part of either if you're on watch or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned, or heard mentioned, Faith setting up a watch.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take first watch. I don't mind.
That's totally what I would do, so I could get 6 hours of continuous sleep.
I'm good with first watch.
Okay, it's 2 for first. That's about 2 to
Oh.
3 hours.
I'll take one of them.
I'll take third watch.
Okay.
I'll take this and watch him to make sure that he doesn't do anything terrible while we're sleeping.
I will take second by myself then, or with
You
what's
have
his name?
Chavez.
Shawless.
I'll
Keep
wake
an
up.
eye on him though, but you're
You guys can
I'll
keep
take
talking.
Chevron.
beat him up.
I trust him.
Okay.
She could probably hug him to death. That's all I'm saying.
First watch goes through the first couple hours uneventfully. The river's still, it is really peaceful for nature.
David, no
rivers.
tricks.
Do it.
Just David, no tricks.
I'm in a couple. I'm working on him. We're still kind of establishing this.
I mean, you have only known him.
The tricks he knows right now are along the lines of get him and kill.
And we're up in the castle for
And
6 days.
snarl and growl. We're good with those.
7.
The flying castle.
Oh, 7. So that was like 8 or 9 days. Because you were in the caves for 1. So if it was 7 on the thing, yeah.
But Dave also did die at one point during this, so
That's true.
or he took the long nap.
He didn't die.
He
He got
died.
knocked out.
He died.
He died?
Yeah, he had to be resurrected.
Really?
Yeah.
I like crit him with an ogre brick. Poor dude.
There was a
Yeah.
and it was terrible. We were all very
It
sad.
was-
And I think that's why you crit so much on other things and killed them, because you were just angry.
I was pissed.
Didn't you? You pinned a rat to the wall. You like shot something through the eye.
That's right.
It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Anyway, so the first watch goes by uneventfully. Second watch, there is in fact a crocodile that is trying to encroach upon the remains of the boar. What do you do?
Make sure it sees it and throw the boar like where it'll go farther.
Okay.
Away from us. Towards the river, I guess.
Okay. It
Very
follows
neat.
the boar and takes it and
I'll forge.
drags it back in the water.
We'll be fine.
I'm also watching Chevron.
You can see it go downstream with it. But it seemed happy.
I think you've been spending too much time with Treebeard now that you're forgetting how everybody's names is.
No, I do this all the time. Matt says a name that sounds like something else and I just call it the other thing. Whether it's a town or a person.
Just like his name's not Treebeard.
Yep.
Well, this name doesn't
That one I
sound
didn't
like
do,
Treebeard,
but
True.
that one I didn't do. But besides that, it goes pretty uneventfully.
like, what was that guy from the other one, Liam Neeson?
Leosin Erlander, the monk halfling.
Leeson or something? Yeah.
Yeah,
I always called him Liam Neeson.
that is actually a cool name for him. He survived quite a beat several times.
Third watch.
Anyway, but yeah, the rest of the watch goes by pretty uneventfully. Third watch, pretty uneventful unless
I asked.
Kara chooses to set anything on fire.
No, I asked Dot, what's another way of saying burning embers of the world?
Let's see.
Oh, I forgot something.
Well, we've all forgotten many things at this point.
No, I forgot I was going to ask Shelvis about,
How you know his name?
Shimmering cinders of the celestial body.
That's good, that's good.
I was gonna ask
For
Shelvis
a
about
point.
his,
You'll understand.
more, I was gonna ask him exactly, about his,
Why was he in Golden Fields?
yeah, I guess that, like, does he travel a lot for work? What all
Our
kinds
most
of odds
subtle
and
and,
ends
and,
does he,
nuanced character is pumping the dude for information as hard as possible.
What you
Does-
Why you there?
Occasionally, yeah, that's why I was down here.
like, what was he doing?
Usually it's to go get an item or help a wagon make sure it gets there or whatnot. I'm okay with, what did he fight with? The crossbow? Or no, was he the dagger guy? But whatever he fought with, he's decent with that. So sometimes it's good for him to go along on deliveries or whatnot. I mean, as we just saw, there was a group of bandits here. It's good to keep yourself safe.
I probably would ask him about his childhood too.
It's kind of rough. Parents beat me, and that didn't work out well. I ran away pretty young because of that. I grew up in the woods.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pyro from whatever his childhood.
Yeah.
His parents were pretty bad.
over from one of the beds, you hear from like, I had a very wonderful childhood. My parents were loving and wonderful, and my grandfather is the greatest man alive. That was my muttering for my sleep. Cause I keep hearing these really sad stories, and I'm like, everything's fine.
But yeah, he was a street rat. Josh, can I tie in the curse talk time of it?
Sure.
I did meet a really cool half elf orc dude. He was kind of cool.
Orc.
I taught him a little bit of how to. I don't know how to say this, but I taught him a little bit of how to pick locks. He's used to smashing them, but taught him how to pick a little bit and how to beg for food and that sort of thing. He was kind of a cool guy. Really naive. It was fun to mess with him. Stuff.
Really cool. Huh.
That's not what I heard about him.
It's not my experience, but alright.
And the poor guy just wanted to find his sister. His whole family was murdered. I felt bad for him. He got kidnapped by orcs and
Get time out though. Pick locks. Thought you were like a delivery boy. Why would you need that? Why did he need that?
Because
Just like
sometimes the stuff I need delivers on the other side of a locked door. What?
I mean, you grow up on the streets of Waterdeep after running away from abusive parents. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to eat.
Let me explain to you how child gangs work.
I know it's not the best thing in the world, and I wish I could pay back everyone, but yeah, you know, that's life sometimes.
On my watch, I tell Dot, you speak rather strangely. Tell me, why is that?
Because I'm educated.
I too was educated, but on my journey by myself,
I too is educated.
I was educated. Thank you.
I actually did hear the correct grammar. I'm okay so far.
On my journey by myself, I was educated by the Phoenix as he spoke to me. Not in an official schooling capacity such as you, but
That's very sad.
I probably was reasonably intelligent, but I understand the intricacies of your nuanced speech.
I stare at you blankly. I'm like, I've never made any nuanced statements at all.
You just spent 5 minutes saying absolutely nothing.
Moderately impressive.
I see. Well, sometimes sometimes I lose track of my words when I'm, thinking about something. I was alone for so long that talking to another person is still relatively new to me.
I'd say keep working at that. It's all part of the fun.
Yes, it is. It is. So, why do you think that the paladin doesn't trust me?
I would be the wrong person to ask. That's why I'm awake.
Why don't you trust me?
I don't trust anyone who's possessed by a god that goes out and speaks about it. The paladin, though he's possessed by his god.
He just talks about hell.
Yeah. Well, no, he acts out his convictions. He's not speaking to try to convert other people. And our lady friend over here, though very strange at times, is absolutely delightful in her enjoyment of the world. But you seem to lack enjoyment in the world. You only speak of what's to come and what happens, to pass them along to the next realm or whatever. And that I'm all about the here and now. I've spent my entire life with all the glitter and glamour of the big city, and I find this very strange but very enjoyable that we're out here in the woods right now, kind of getting back in touch with my ancestry or whatever. But your concern with the afterlife over the current life just doesn't sit well with me.
So you're saying I need to live out my beliefs more in the here and now?
Quite possibly.
Those were good thoughts. I will try to do that more. I guess I am so concerned with the hereafter that it is the now that loses my focus. Yet I even believe that the Phoenix has stuff for me to do here and now. So I appreciate this talk. You've given me a lot to think about.
And then I cast alarms. All right.
cast the alarms.
It's time to wake up.
He's scared.
I need an adult!
I pull out the whistle. I pull out the whistle.
Alright, well, the rest of the watches go back there besides the, feeding of the crocodile.
I was like, oh, I missed it.
And so yeah, you wake up, you have your long rest, you have your spell slot back there, Alex.
Oh, yes, because
You did burn a slot.
Save the girl from this.
Yes. It was well worth it.
But yeah, you woke up peacefully. Mainly, if you take the time to think about it, the bandits are still within the 5 miles, but they're
As long as they're not moving closer.
they're good. Although there are more people with them.
Uh-oh.
There are more other humanoids with them.
So, across the river we go.
Yeah.
We never asked what they were doing either.
I think we were all pretty clear that they were bandits.
They were clear that they were bandits,
Yeah.
but they were like, you know what? No, it's not worth it.
They're like, look, the gods frown on us robbing crazy people, and you people are obviously all totally nuts. We're
There's
gonna
more
go
of
over here.
them now.
Yeah.
They could go try to attack a town. I don't know. I could be wrong.
You're probably wrong. They didn't attack us. They could have.
They seem like fine young gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
They were fine young cannibals.
Well, I don't know about the cannibal laws. I don't know about the cannibal part. And technically, it's only cannibalism if you eat your own race. If you eat other sentients, it's just being a carnivore. I mean, never mind.
Crowd reference again.
Do what?
It was an IT crowd reference.
Actually, that's a decision I came up with my own. I haven't watched IT Crowd, so.
Also the name of the band that sings She Drives Me Crazy.
Well, that's the Fine Young Cannibals. That one, yeah.
That's the joke from the show. So, in what direction are they, by the way? Are they close
They
to
went
the town?
west. They went west.
So towards the town.
Yeah, they're on the other side of that little loop.
Is that what bandits do? Do they attack towns?
They were actually just having to be traveling through, but if they come across people, this particular group likes to steal from them.
I mean, it's like 11 people plus a few more. It's not. Most towns would be seriously threatened. A homestead would be very seriously threatened by that. But we have a wayward NPC we have to deliver.
Yep. I need to get going on that.
Well, good. I just we missed an opportunity to ask.
Very good. So the next day, I assume you guys just keep on traveling.
I strip down to my bathing suit, which is not much different than what I'm wearing anyways.
So you go across again. It is kind of chilly. With the Afi, of course, you can fly across if you want.
I steam when I exit on the other side.
But you event uneventfully. You do see, if you look far enough downriver, the few bones that remain from the crocodile's meal. But again, it's just rolling, pretty grasslands. You have to walk through some weeds here and there, but really, it's just kind of pretty. On this side, you actually see some wildlife too. Just nothing dangerous or that's going to pose a threat to you, but
Anything tasty?
Ooh, a rabbit.
This is where they got some of the boar, or got the boar.
I'd rather not actually hunt boar.
So some of them, maybe a couple rabbits. There is a pack of wolves that David gets kind of excited about, and kind of looks like he's like, "Ooh, can I go play?"
Yes, go play.
Whee! And he kind of darts off, and his little tail's wagging until he looks back at Pyro, and then he stops, and then he wags again when he forgets about him.
He growls.
But he goes and runs and plays. And, the other wolves are a little freaked out and startled at first, but then they do the whole sniffing the butts thing, and
Then they go
And
for
the
it.
licking of the butt.
and they have some fun. And as a group, you actually, as you're walking along, they all take down a boar. Probably 8 of them, counting David. Some of them got hurt a tiny bit, but for the most part, back tactics, man. David, of course, led them. He's the best. But yeah, so you guys can have a little entertainment, little National Geographic stuff going on the or Discovery Channel, whichever.
Discovery
as
Channel
you're
was
just watching.
always the animals that were doing it.
Mhm.
At least it was.
But you guys continue on, pretty uneventful. It does take you pretty much the entirety of the rest of the 8 hours. You probably get there in 7.5. But if you guys got up and left at morning, it's not dark yet, but
But you got up at the butt crack of dawn.
beginnings of evening when you get to Barge Ride. As you're running back up, David does come back to you, but he's covered in blood now.
Oh, Dave.
And so
Jump in the river.
Do you need to take a dip in the water?
and he wags his tail and he runs off and jumps in and swims around a little bit. But then you hear him growl. It's like that same crocodile from earlier swam up and tried to take a snippet out of his tail. And so he growls at him and gets out of the water. But he's clean now.
He's clean and he's unbitten by crocodile.
Yeah.
Alright, then we're fine.
Crocodile tried its best to be stealthy, but it stayed. And so you get to Barge Ride. Nice and uneventful. Besides the events you guys did. And so Barge Right Inn used to just be kind of a wayside inn on a hilltop. And so yeah, when you're going here, you are going uphill a tiny bit. Which actually means what I told you earlier. That was the bottom of the hill, so that's why it's a little bit lower. But it used to be that, but now it's kind of a walled community, ramshackle, frequently rebuilt wooden towers and buildings. It pretty much takes over the entire top of that hill, and it overlooks the village next to it, the Longford there. That town is across the Desserin River there, but that's
Within shouting distance.
and there is a long wooden bridge that spans and it's wide enough for a single wagon to go. It's also called the Ironford Bridge, just for centuries, or for your sake. Yeah, it's been around for a long time. You can kind of tell too. I mean, it's stable and safe to walk across, but you can tell it's old. When you guys get there, one of the first things you notice is it stinks. I mean, manure, and there's dirty mud.
This is where you live?
I put on my shoes.
Like there are people that trade in horses and other cattle, people that make wheelwrights and blacksmiths and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's got inns and stables and warehouses and all that kind of stuff. There are 2 concentric rings that go around the place, kind of with space in between them to defend the city against whatever might come. During the day, of course, the gates are open. You can get through. Anyone who wants to make me a history check.
Oh, I totally
Just for
want
fun.
to, because it's
Just
going to
for
be
fun.
terrible.
Oh, that was so close to a 14 and it toppled over to a 4. Oh, that's a 3.
Oh.
I'll
Oh.
roll the blue.
I
one.
didn't roll terrible. -1. Okay. 10.
Okay.
I got a 3. There's a place that was here at one point in time.
History, you said?
Yeah.
19.
What?
I know stuff, okay?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have anything else to do. I read a
History
lot.
proves no, you don't. All the recent rolls have proved.
How would you know? You can't remember history.
Obviously,
Actually, he's remembering history, and both of us are looking at him like, "What's he talking about?"
That's funny. You know that
man, I'm glad we just left Waterdeep.
as you got here, it kind of clicks. You knew it kind of subconsciously. That's probably part of why you were questioning Chalice so much. But no, it kind of clicks. You kind of remember. You have heard a little bit of the Zentarum, the Black Network.
We met
And-
them, right?
You what?
We met them, right?
You met the seven snakes, a little subgroup.
Right, but that's how we heard of them. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I mean, people have heard of them. That's not the first time you've ever heard of them. But you have heard that, rumor has it that there is a somewhat large presence here.
Is the little guy that we kicked his butt, did he run back here with his tail between his legs?
No, they didn't.
When I remember that, I'm gonna ask Shalvis, about it. I'm gonna say I heard that there were a lot of them here, and ask him how if he's ever faced them, how he generally keeps safe living in a town. If it's the rumors I heard were true that they were there.
Make another perception check.
Because
I wanted to say something. Before,
Well,
but
never
now
mind.
it's gonna look suspicious. I don't know if I'm metagaming, but I wanted
17.
to save my stealth. Oh, we get here.
He comes clean a little bit. It's part of why he's been acting a little shady, but he's part of the network.
what?
And we're big damn heroes.
And it is getting to be about 10:40. It's a good place to stop, unless people want to keep playing.
Suddenly we realize that we're in a Zentrum-controlled town. Dun dun dun.
I want to find the nearest hot-looking girl and
No.
go up to her and say, "Hey, baby, are you part of the Zentarum? Because I'd like to get into 50 Shades of Zentarumness with you."
Are you part of the Centaurum? Because I want to show you my 7 snakes. That would have been a better.
I really want to know about the physiology there.
I would also
I don't know
like
what
to
he
know if
has.
that worked. I would also like to know if that worked.
Oh gosh, Josh, make a persuasion.
Yes!
I smacked both of them with my tail.
19.
Oh my gosh.
And yet you needed a 27. I'm sorry.
Nah, this place, they've got loose morals. They don't care.
Alright.
You find a rather adventurous girl. She's like, I've never had human. I've never been with anyone that wasn't pure human. It's pretty interesting.
It's a
She
little
considers throwing a drink in her
fiery.
face, but then
You then realize too, I could add another race to my list.
She pulls out her little black book and is like, alright. 2 off there. Asshole and not human.
She does ask, are you ready for a rough night?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Was I able to
I would
hear
also,
what she
you
said?
know, fully intending just to get her pregnant.
What was that?
Was I able to hear what she said with Shalvis about the?
Oh yeah, I assume you're, I mean, even with the Martian, you're still fairly close to each other.
Yeah.
I really would like to stealth while we're in here.
Go for it.
I'm going to be subtle. What does that mean? I'm going to hide. Like a son of a
I would
bitch.
say me too, but I have disadvantage and
26.
oh no, I don't have -1. I have +2 to it.
You disappear so hard that the rest of the party's like, wait, did we ever read your
And then Deva, not as great. 10.
David can stay by me.
Yeah, they're like,
Even David's like,
there's a really big dog there.
where the, what?
It's okay, David. You're the only one in this group I like.
Why you're
I'm just gonna communicate to Deva in a beast sense. It's okay, I'm still here. I'm watching.
So what do you guys do when you get in? I know you disappeared, Theophany.
Me
but
too, with my 9.
You didn't quite disappear as much.
She thinks she did.
And definitely.
I'm sneaky.
Well,
So I was just
I'm
like-
tiptoeing, but in metal shoes, so it's.
Yeah.
And she's going tick-toe, tick-toe, tick-toe.
Can I
Well,
roll a
almost as well
smell
as
check?
Puppy.
Deva can roll a
check.
smell check.
Yeah, I want to identify
And it
what
places
that horrible odor is.
shit. The horrible odor of shit.
Ah, hey guys, there's shit everywhere. I know because I smelled it. Don't step there. I got really good smelling sense, and there's a
Did
pile
you,
of
like-
shit there.
Reach to the ground and
Yep, that's shit.
What? That's disgusting. Alright, so I guess actually let's do a tiny bit more. So Shalvis, those that are still with the party, does lead you to one of the various taverns here, and does introduce you to his boss. He introduces you, but then him and his boss go to behind a locked door to have their discussion. Unless
So who is he?
his name is Nalasker Thalen.
Oh.
N-A
I got it. Go ahead.
N-A-L-A-S-K-U-R T-H-A-E-L-O-N-D. Nalasker Thalen.
TH what?
T-H-A-E-L-O-N-D.
He's a Fae. You might like him.
And he thanks you for helping Shalvis get back safely and help him keep him safe there in Golden Fields. It'd be a shame if we lost the place. A lot of good wine and fruit and stuff comes out of the place. It'd be a shame if the Giants took over.
It'd also be a shame if one of your groups attacked a defenseless city. Just saying.
What are we talking about?
The Seven Serpents or whatever they're called.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. That would just be a shame.
Do the symbol.
If something like that.
That's a symbol. Anthem. And you have to.
They're not the cult of the dragon. I heard that's all the hand.
Yeah.
Is this guy count? How many you see?
Power's not there. He's literally having his world open right now.
Not even touching that one.
Good choice.
Yes. Good choice indeed.
But he thanks you even despite the accusation.
Oh, I wasn't accusing you guys. I just said in general it would be sad if a town that was, defenseless and would ever be attacked by.
Especially after Giants dropped boulders all over it. He agrees that would be a shame.
Yeah, that would.
But he's like, thanks for that. Here, I'll, dinner and beer and the rooms are on me.
I'll sleep with one eye open, like I'm Australian.
I will ask if there's a temple in the town. To any god, it doesn't matter. Well, to one of the good ones.
There's not a temple dedicated to anything, but I know
You saw that pile of shit you walked by on the way in?
the blacksmith down the street, the dwarf. He some god of something or another, forge craft. I don't know. He's really good and.
That's racist.
It's not racist when it's true. He worships something, and he built a kind of a room in his house that he prays to his god
Is
about.
that one of the good ones?
Yeah. Oh, some neutral good.
Because I don't want to let him pay for my room at the inn, dirty money and all that. So I was actually looking for a temple to find somewhere to stay, but I could just pay for my own room at the inn.
Possible.
How much is a room?
Crap, this chart somewhere.
Not very expensive to
Based
oh my
on-
goodness.
Super fancy is like 3 gold pieces.
And this place does not qualify for that.
No, that's like
It smells nasty. So
yeah,
Probably
this is
the-
like
no.
It'd probably be like half a gold piece a day normally.
something like that. Yeah. I mean, the food is still gonna be good, but with the smell. But yeah, but 5 silver or
Silver?
Not 50. That's a lot.
Oh, I'm thinking WoW conversion.
I think that is still accurate.
That's
I think it's like 5 silver.
Oh, really?
We'll go with that. I'll look up that crafty chart.
It's 10 silver to a gold piece. It's 5 silver to an electrum.
Oh, it is 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then we have a crap ton more than that.
I don't know what was that much, but yeah, it's about 5 silver.
Well, maybe not a crap ton, but we have like an extra 8 gold. That's a lot.
So is everyone going to refuse the free stuff?
Pyro accepts.
You're not there, remember?
Pyro's already accepted.
Pyro's already accepted. He's letting the guy proactively, later on pay for the room. He's totally cool with it. Might even join the Zentero. I don't know.
What about Dot? Are you accepting the free room and board?
Well, easier for me to do that. That's what I normally do in towns, anyways. But I'll do my normal entertaining.
And Theafe, are you with the group?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just keeping my distance and keeping an eye on things in town.
Okay. Would Dave have gone with the group?
Yes.
Okay. Since he didn't know where you went. Okay. So you go through your evenings. Martin, most likely you probably find another date. The rest of you that are finding places to sleep, again, 5 silver apiece. For a good meal, not as good as the one Golden Fields gave you, but a good meal. Decent beer, decent ale. Alright, you don't actually get the benefit of a long rest. In the process of your evening,
Fair enough.
you take 8 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my.
Fair enough.
And
Some gal.
make me a con save.
Yeah.
DC 10.
Yeah, Pyro totally was like never experienced anything like this before.
My mind has been
totally
opened.
been like, yeah, I'm totally
Along with like
rough night,
my back is
whatever that
sprained
means.
and I think I should look at my hip.
Con save. That is 24.
Okay, you're fine. You don't suffer exhaustion. Just the 8 damage.
8 damage.
Cool. You may have a scar or 2. In the morning, since you're the only one there.
It means it was worth it.
Since you're the only one there, what's his face? Nalasker mentions, well, it's a little rude if the rest of her friends, but I feel like me and you can maybe come to an arrangement. You got a minor job for it that'll pay decent if you're up for it.
Oh, I'm up for pretty much anything. So, what's going on?
Yeah, if you guys are willing, I need some protection. See, we got a beer wagon that has to be delivered properly. We've sent a couple before, and then just getting I don't know, there's some bandits and that sort of stuff, and we're just tired of our shipments going.
Oh yeah.
If you could accompany this wagon up to Mornbryn's Shield. There's a tavern there named Troll in Flames. If y'all zoom out on the map, there's another thing on there. It is more than that.
Where did you say?
Mornbryn's Shield. It's up north-ish, I think.
Oh, up there?
Yeah.
In the Evermores?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. That's super far out of our way.
I always wanted to go visit a land of endless swamps and giant alligators.
I don't think I measured out the distance to that one. Let me see.
It's approximately far.
No, I
Yeah.
think you did.
It is closer than the edge of the world.
Somewhere between far and super far, yeah.
Nope, I didn't write that one down.
So you said from Golden Field to there was 30-ish?
Yeah, there's a scale at the bottom. It's
1690.
probably
Following the road?
It's probably about 715 miles.
That is definitely not to scale then.
I'm counting the fact that the roads. I will need to do that one specifically. Oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
I did that wrong. That was from Waterdeep. That far from Waterdeep. Waterdeep itself was.
Where's the scale?
At the very bottom.
Pull back a little bit.
Where? Oh, stupid. There we go.
So we are. We're wait here,
Yeah.
and we're going.
So about there. So
What did I say? 7:15.
7.
It's actually like 6:25 probably.
There.
It's like 250.
But he's talking about the road too.
Yeah. So the road would just go this way, here, and up. And that's unless we're looking at the wrong place.
Well, you're in Barge Right In.
Right here.
Yeah.
And this pencil is 200 miles. So following the road-ish, 100, 200, about 350.
Yeah.
Still far. Just not 600, I think.
Even with the other. Hundred or so it is from here to Waterdeep.
Unless I accidentally changed the zoom of the map when I was doing this, but I think that would have made it shorter. Well, the way I did the math earlier at work, and I don't have the little sheet with me anymore, was it was like 150 miles between Red Lark and Barge White Inn. How far was that with your pencil?
Where to where?
Red Lark and Barclay.
Red Lark
The
there.
entire length of
So
your
this
pencil
is 200 miles. That is not even a third. So that would be about 60 miles.
I must have changed. Why is that so big?
Yeah, because Goldenfield's.
Yeah, if this is 30, that's
only like 60. Yeah.
Are you zoomed all the way out?
But that, here's your scale though. It doesn't matter. No
The
matter
scale looks bigger on there than
Oh, really?
on my screen.
Yeah, I mean the scale scrolling is not like
Yeah.
it's.
It should be.
Well, it's part of the image.
I figured it wasn't, but it's.
I will accept it from the guy, the quest. I will also say, someone
Is he going by himself?
very
That's
wise.
so, because we're already engaged in a bunch of other quests.
Well, crap. Okay, we'll have to rework some of these. Well, I just,
I'll tell him that I'll talk to the group, but I'm pretty sure we're willing to do it. Just we for sure need money and funds right now.
okay.
I
offer
say
anything?
He said,
He's not good at
he said
negotiating.
payment.
he
He
said
didn't
they
say what it was.
Anyway,
Where's a nickel?
but someone very wise who I've been talking to a lot lately has challenged me to really live out my beliefs right now instead of just telling people about them. So I was wanting to know, does your organization does a lot of good? I was wanting to know, is it possible to join your organization?
What organization is this?
The Zentero.
Why do you assume I'm part of the Zendero?
Come on, I wasn't born yesterday.
Make a persuasion check.
Ah, 14.
Tell you what. Get your group to help get the wagon to where it needs to go,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll count this as an initiation test.
That works for me.
Don't fail us.
Believe me, I have ways of getting in a group to do things that I need them to do.
Come back and let me know that you've convinced them. That'll be your entry test.
Okay.
But you don't want to make enemies of us.
Trust me. And if I know that I don't want to make enemies of the Zentero, and for me, belonging to a group such as that is something that I've been searching for myself, a group that does true good in the world. So I appreciate it. I'll talk to my group.
Okay.
I'm kind of the spokesman anyways.
I've said this twice now, and we keep getting the role play. I don't mind playing more, but it is 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Martin's asleep.
I'm gonna sleep. I'm still listening.
I've said it twice, but we keep like wanting to play, so I don't mind. But I see yawning and
I try to find the group.
do that. What was that? Matt?
We can finish this part real quick.
Yeah, we can finish this part.
Okay.
I try to find the group and tell them, hey, I have received word we're going to get a great, excellent opportunity. If we deliver a beer wagon, and I tell them the name of the place, if we deliver it up there, then we're going to get, the guy promised us gold galore. So, I said, look, I know we've got a lot of other stuff that we have going on. I'm not trying to say we need to
What was that guy's name?
divert our focus from the other stuff that we have going on. But
hey,
if we go and we deliver this, I mean, it's just, we need gold. They're willing to give us gold to get it there. They've had some issues with delivery, so it seemed like a good fit. I kind of sort of said, yeah, we'd probably be willing to do it, knowing that I wanted to check with you guys, but
so you
need
saw
to
the
go back.
disdain that the two of us have for this organization, and then volunteered us?
He's not actually with the organization.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely the vibe I got off of him. No, we're going to go ahead and keep doing the thing that we talked about. We already planned to go down to Waterdeep.
He is actually with a different organization.
We have plans already. Thanks for, consulting with everybody else before making decisions for us.
I didn't make decisions.
You said that you basically volunteered us to go protect something for them for some reason, without asking anybody else.
I simply told him that we would probably be willing to do it, but I
Okay.
needed to check with the group.
Yeah.
But that for that much gold that he was offering, he said we couldn't imagine the amount of gold just to make sure that we deliver this beer. And hey, you like beer, so I figured you'd be up for it. Imagine the amount of beer you can buy with all that gold.
Yeah, but I'm not. Why do you think I need the gold?
We kind of need gold right now.
Well, we according to my ledger, we have 1,800 gold. I'd rather not actually go into the details of it with the people that are around us currently, but we have plenty of gold and plenty of things that we can sell if we need gold at this moment.
I just think this is an excellent opportunity, and
Anyone
I
else think that's an excellent opportunity?
think we should put it to the group.
No? Dot? No?
Taking us
Alright.
away from the stuff that we already need to do.
So it's 3 versus 1. I'm going to go ahead and say that if you want to go ahead and protect them, be my guest. But I don't think this is a good time for that. So you might want to go back and inform them of your misunderstanding of what the group's intentions were at this moment.
Okay, that's fair enough. Certainly fair enough.
We already have commitments.
Alright, so I go back to the guy.
Okay. Did you relay all that pretty much?
I relayed to him that the paladin doesn't trust him and intends to double cross him at some point.
Which nobody believes when you say a paladin is going to double cross you, because they're like, literally that's not an option.
Depends on the type of paladins, but generally, yeah. He's like, well,
I said,
appreciate your willingness, but can't quite let you in.
oh, okay. Well, I tried my best with my persuasion of them, but
Sometimes your best isn't good enough.
hopefully our paths will cross in the future and our swords will not.
As you're saying that, he just gets up and walks away.
Okay.
Also, Alex, I found it over here. It's in my,
Yeah,
it's in my group of dice.
Yeah, trying to blame me. We gave it to you. No, you didn't.
I'm sorry. I thought.
Wow.
Jeez.
I apologize. Alright, so yeah, we're done.
You can't trust. Oh, wait.
Can't trust the paladin, apparently, right?
Right. Alright, that is it for this evening. Burning Kobold, Storm King's Thunder Group. And we're signing.